Another day, another maggot-infested lineup of alleged entertainment. And it all starts in an hour with today's live episode of America's RAD Cast here on the radnetwork.com. For now, here's what we could scrounge up from our most recent show. Enjoy, and good luck with that.
Because I never broke a bone in my life until I was like 40 when I cracked a rib. So I'd never had a broken bone. And people would always say, well, you know, when you break a bone, it grows back stronger. It was just like fact. It was just like something's out there. So that's all it takes. People repeating it. You put it on social media, and you say not only is it going to grow back stronger, but it's going to, the way you look max it is you break your, like literally one of them we did last year. We didn't do it. We talked about it. The jawbone thing. You break your jaw with a hammer. And the idea is to break it in a way that when it grows back, it will give you a different jawline, a stronger jawline.
Stupid. You know people are messing that up, too. They're like, how hard? Where? Click. Oh, I just lost a few teeth. Now you're not pretty anymore.
Yeah.
For many teens, social media already creates a daily cycle of comparison. The perfect body, face, jawline, etc. Looksmaxing intensifies that pressure. The trend is rooted in unrealistic and often Eurocentric beauty standards, with some online communities obsessing over things like jaw size, facial symmetry, the distance between facial features, and how masculine someone appears. Okay, if this is all about how masculine someone appears, why is it that every guy I see, not just out but on TV or whatever, it looks like Timothy Chalamet? There's nothing masculine about any of this.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're getting a little bit more feminine for sure.
A little?
Yeah. Especially like out in media.
Is there a split? Like, is there, okay, there's the, look, I don't know if they take offense to the word feminine, but that's what I would use. The softer, the goth, the skinny, the emaciated men that I see hosting Saturday Night Live and stuff. And then is this looks-maxing group the opposite to that? Because everything has to be extreme in America, and I just don't see them.
I don't know. I don't hang out with the younger crowd. I'm stuck with the older people usually.
I do know someone who is 6 foot who put in 3-inch lifts into their shoes to be 6'3".
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous. I know who you're talking about too. The guy, he doesn't need it. And you know what was funny? He was talking to us later, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my feet were hurting so bad I couldn't do it anymore."
Yeah, but he wanted those 3 inches. He thought that's what the girls wanted. That's what he said.
Bro. No.
Okay, so, but all he did was the old school lifts and shoes thing?
I think so. They had like these new things you could buy off of like TikTok probably or something. That's probably where they saw it.
Yeah, it was that you insert them like, you know, shoe inserts, but they got lifts in them, so.
Okay. So, still fake and phony, and what is she going to think? If this is all about attracting a woman, what is she going to think when the two of you are in your bare feet and you suddenly are eye level?
Yeah.
Anyway. But at least he's not destroying his body. No, it's not like there's another one. Remember those, Kyle? The people that were putting rods in their their thighs.
They broke their legs and then got surgically inserted rods so they could be a little taller.
Yes.
And then they had to learn how to rehab and walk again. That sounds like way too much effort.
Yeah, definitely.
Good Lord. Adolescent psychologist Adriana Hopkins says that low self-esteem and the anxiety centered around this preoccupation with appearance and perfecting their appearances is because it's such an unrealistic beauty standard. There's never content or satisfaction with their appearance. And, of course, as young as 10, with no one guiding them, no one talking to them, it's even more pervasive. She says that constant dissatisfaction will lead to eating disorder behaviors, body image issues, and a belief that who you are matters less than how you look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it all trickles down. It starts with the old ladies, man. They start getting Botox and everything injected in their face. And they're like, I'm unhappy. I want to look like I'm happy at least, so I have a permanent smile. And they get those lip injections, and now you can't stop smiling. And you know what? It's just trickling down. You know, those are grandmas, and these little 10-year-old kids are just following in her footsteps.
Yeah, I feel like their faces look very rubber. Yeah.
I hadn't thought of the fact that, Kyle, you're right. Every generation is doing this on some level. Every generation has a group of people, seemingly a growing group of people, obsessed with how they look and altering their appearances. So what do we expect our kids to do? And, of course, a 10-year-old isn't going to have any filter over, why not hit myself in the face with a hammer?
Yeah, if it works, it works.
I mean, it's weird because, like, when I was a little bit younger, I felt like it was more just in older people. Like, say, like, when you're over 40, over 50, and they wanted to take care of some work. But now you got these reality shows, and you got 20-year-olds that are doing these lip injections and doing all these things. I'm not against it. I'm just saying that it's very prevalent, and I can definitely see it that it's going to get passed down to people who are watching. This is the normal, right? And
it started evolving. I remember as a kid, I wasn't trying to do any of this. I wasn't trying to make my face look different or smash my jaw. But 8 years old, I wanted my ears pierced. Big problem with my grandparents. Oh, they weren't having it, especially the religious ones. Yeah, no, it was a problem. And then there was wanting to dye my hair, and that was an issue too. It's just it was more my grandpa. He did not like the fact that I was doing feminine things. Get my ears pierced and wanting to dye my hair, even though it was bleach blonde. Like Eminem was doing it at the time, and then my whole BMX racing team, our thing was we dyed our hair to match the color, so we'd all be matching. But it was an issue with the older generation. Now it's just evolved a little more.
We did that in baseball, but it was like a spray color though. Like you could wash it out.
Oh yeah, mine was like a permanent. Yeah, I was going straight Slim Shady.
See, the thing is too that when you if you argue the road that we're going down a little bit here of people of all ages, including, and yes, this I last time I checked, the fastest growing cosmetic surgery demographic was people, not just women, but between 20 and 35. And I'm with you, Jeff. Fine, whatever. It's your body. I don't really care. It gives us something to talk about. But a lot of them, if you bring these up in the same sentence, their response will be, "That's different. We're doing it under the supervision of a medical professional." Okay, fine. But you're still sending the message that Kyle pointed out. You're letting people know that all that matters is how I look, not who I am. In fact, this psychologist went on and said, looksmaxing reinforces the idea that personality, kindness, and real connection don't matter as much as appearance. Right. We're still sending that message. Botox, lipo, whatever, we are sending the message to the youngsters, how you look is all that matters. They're not going to then go, gee, I don't know, I should have a doctor hit me with a hammer. If they're 10... 14, 18, Christ, 25. You're stupid especially as a man at 25.
Right. What's this going to look like in 20 years, 30 years? That's what my biggest concern is for people that are doing this at a young age.
Hopefully AI just takes over and we have 3D printers that work on the human body. Just go in there.
I mean, that's kind of what they're doing already. I mean, people are BBLs are the number one surgery right now.
The hell's a BBL?
People get butt implants.
Oh.
Yeah, right. and they go and they do that a lot overseas in other countries because it's not that cheap to do here. So they go
Stairmaster. Oh my gosh.
I feel like, again, do what you want, but I feel like there will be repercussions later down the road. We'll see.
I don't remember what the lead-in was, but Jon Stewart on Monday night when he was hosting the Tonight Show basically stole the bit that we were just talking about. Whatever led him to it, he was saying, I was a little resistant to AI at first, but now... kind of like what Kyle was just saying. Just take over. Just take over AI. Just put us out of our misery. Just tell us what to do and how to do it, and we'll just all go, this has got to stop. Whatever he was talking about, it's the same thing here. It says the doctor, the priority is not about personality. Okay, you're just saying the same thing over and over again. Of course, it's a woman. What do you expect? Says, right, you've said the same thing in 3 sentences now, hon. I got it. I mean, seriously, right? First sentence. Leads to body image issues and a belief that who you are matters less than how you look. Got it? Who you are matters less than how you look. Next sentence. Reinforces the idea that personality, kindness, and real connection don't matter as much as appearance. It's the same goddamn thing. It's who you are matters less than how you look. Third sentence. The priority is not about personality. It's about focused on looks. You're saying the same thing, woman. Every sentence. It's the same.
Man, poor blind people.
God.
They can't even see the beauty.
If parents are noticing that their teen is preoccupied with their appearance beyond what feels normative for a teen, how can you tell these days? Like they're doing the eating disorder thing, or I don't know, they have a hammer hanging out of their cheek. Have a direct conversation. How about you have an idea of what they're looking? And never mind. It's a lost cause.
It's shocking to hear that you're saying that it's more in coming more prevalent in males, right? These young guys that are saying, "Hey, I'm going to switch how I look or alter the way," because I don't think I ever really saw that too much in when I was younger.
This is the looksmaxing thing that we were talking about a couple weeks ago, and I forget what the topic was. And Kyle was keying in on the fact, and they literally say it, that however big this group is, especially with men 18 to 25, they care more about what other men think how they look than women. And these are heterosexual men, but they care more about me look like king of the jungle or something like that.
Straight dudes don't care about that.
That makes more sense. I mean, I'm used to that, right? You're used to that, like, you know, going to the gym and you see the certain people who are there every single day, and they care what people think. That they're literally posing as they're doing their lifts, you know, all that kind of stuff.
At least they're doing it in a healthy way. They're not taking hammers to the face, you know?
Hopefully not. Yeah, but a lot of these guys aren't doing all the healthy stuff. There's some unhealthy stuff.
little steroids in the bathroom.
A little bit there, yeah.
You go down that rabbit hole, and pretty soon you're in the ultimate ethereal conversation of, do we even know what's healthy? You know, I've lived long enough to know that it was, we're supposed to get 90 minutes of cardio a day, and then it went down to, no, 30, then it's 60, and then it's like they don't know. They just
go till you're sweaty and you're out of breath. That's when you're
whatever, or don't. I don't care. It's the idea that the obsession with looks over personality, and how now it's taken this turn with young men caring more about how other dudes think they look than how women look.
And that's
the
thing I have a problem with. What dude ever cares what another dude looks like unless you're gay? Like, even if a big, like, bodied, like, muscle building, good looking dude walks in, I'm not caring what he looks like. I'm like, damn, good for him, and that's it. That's as far as it goes.
And these are self-identified heterosexual males. How we're going to know otherwise? They say it. Look, if you're a gay man, of course you want to look good for other men. That makes sense. Right. Heterosexual men want to look good for other women. Me attract women. But the whole thing of caring, and it's not even like what would make a little bit of sense in my Gen X brain, where you want to believe that you're the guy that walks into the gym that Kyle's talking about. I'm all swole, and that the other guys are like, whoa, I'm not messing with him. It's not even that. No. Like, even that, at least it's childish, but I can relate to it. I understand it. These are just these guys. They want to be revered by other guys. Oh, dude, can you imagine a guy walking up to you, Kyle? I'm gonna take my hand. I'm gonna put it on your cheek. You have an awesome jawline.
No. Get your hand off of me, and you're getting kicked in the stomach. Don't put your hands on my face, you little. Nope. I don't know you like that. Do not touch my jaw. Never mind.
In addition,
you know what? Never mind.
I know. That's the problem, is you ultimately kind of get to that point where you're like, I'm about to go on a rant that's worthless or meaningless or isn't going to go anywhere, and you're like, fine, just hit yourself with the hammer. In addition to looksmaxing, obviously we follow AI, and we've been talking a lot about it lately. And a new poll, first of all, they narrowed down people that use AI. I'm still trying to figure out from the polls what percentage of Americans do or don't even use it, kind of thing. But so these are people that say they use it, because a lot of people that say they don't use AI are not aware that they use it. Like, somebody, I would never use AI. That stuff's going to take over the world. Really? Have you ever searched for anything ever on Google in the last 2 years? Yes. And you know what? To come to think, I have to tell you, they have the best results. Right. And it's right up there on the top, and it says Gemini. Right. That's AI! Right. Shit. So they tried to weed those people out.
I love how Siri now tells you, when you ask a question, it's like, I don't know. Would you like me to ask AI about it? And it inserts whatever AI app you have on your phone. I'm like, actually, yes, I would, because you're a pain in the ass right now.
Yeah, you're a dumb bitch. You're not helping me at all. I should have just gone to AI.
Dude, Siri sucks so bad right now. Ugh.
So they ask people who have used it or do use it, how do you use AI like ChatGPT? Because normal people are using Chat or Gemini or those kind of things, right? And, they're not so far. There's a smaller group of people that are really advanced with AI. So they just did that. Female users are more likely to say that they have turned to AI for personal or social scenarios, right?
Okay.
Chat, I'm going out with the girls for Sunday brunch, and I know that Sandy usually wears a white sundress, but I have a white sundress. And what do you recommend?
Oh,
so there you go. Social preferences. Or personal scenarios. Chat, my husband cheated on me. What should I do? Men are much more likely to say they, of course, they use AI to settle debates. No.
Oh, no.
First of all, it ain't always right.
I was about to say, like, to prove they're right? Like, is that okay? All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, and hello, AI is just gathering published data and then putting it into a formula and saying yes, no, maybe so. They're not always right. They don't prove or settle debates usually with with very rare
I
exceptions.
feel like that's dudes who get in fights with their girlfriends and their wives. They're like, how do I make sure she's wrong? Insert argument.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Well, let's just see.
Right. And if you prompt it right, it'll come out answering the way you want it to. Like,
yes, but I don't know that a dude like Kyle's describing knows how to prompt AI correctly.
explain to my
They go to
girlfriend why
AI,
I'm
they go to
right.
chat, they go, prove my wife wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's blue.
Yep, exactly.
And AI comes back to, that's a wonderful question. And I'm sure your wife's a lovely human being, but it is blue. The things that we use AI for. These are not the top two, but 15% diagnosing a medical situation, right,
yeah.
of course. Helping to make a life decision. Well, how big of a life decision is this?
Oh, I'm not using AI to do that. No.
Like a new career path or something? I'm not sure.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm not sure
Or-
what you'd be
or-
asking.
You know, you turn on chat and go, I don't feel like cooking. Should I DoorDash tonight?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a life decision. I can turn that over to chat. I don't know about buying a house or going to school or anything. 12% settling to debate, primarily men. We know that now. Strategizing an awkward conversation. This is the big new one we've been talking about a lot. It's everything from HR to, oh, you don't have HR, but you're a manager. So you go to chat and you go, I have an employee that stinks. How do I tell him?
Oh,
All the way to you can buy the dating services now that will chat for you when you're texting people.
oh, that might be useful. I'm in a pickle with an employee at the bar right now with one of the head chefs. I don't know how to navigate the situation. He's in and out of prison quite a bit, and
I know who you're talking about. I don't know if AI prompting is going to help.
I
that
don't
situation.
know.
This is. Did I hear right? This is another employee who has an issue with the chef.
Yeah. No, it's me. No, I caught the chef digging through the register, taking some of my money out, and I confronted him about it. He gave me the money, but I told some people what he did, including the owner of the place. He's still not fired, but it's causing quite the strife between both of us, and he acts like a child, doesn't know how to talk to me, and just gets loud. So maybe I'll ask ChatGPT how to handle that situation.
Maybe ask him to use ChatGPT.
Oh, he's not that smart. Oh, no. I don't even think he'd know.
See, that one. I mean, just based on that 30 seconds that you gave us there, Kyle, it sounds like what ChatGPT should say to you is, you did everything right. Now you're just going to have to ignore it. I mean, because you did. You confronted him. You told the boss. You can't control that he still works there.
Yeah.
It's an uncomfortable environment or whatever. I forget how you phrased it. Okay.
Yeah. No, he told
Chat might say, go ahead.
Yeah, he told me, he's like, your food's going to take longer and it's not going to be good. And I was like, that's the only issue I have now. He's going to mess with my food, but he sent me a text message saying what he was going to do. So if the customers ask, like, why is my food taking so long? Why does it suck? I'd be like, well, here, I busted the cook for stealing, and now he's mad.
and then you tell those customers to tell the boss, and then eventually the boss will do something. I mean, that one, yeah. And that's the problem. Jeff nailed it, of course. The person that needs chat is not you in this scenario.
Okay.
So.
Maybe I thought chat would help me out.
I mean, put it in, see what you get. And then creating content for social media. Those are the things we use Chat GPT, normal, whatever, day-to-day people. And then the two big ones, though. The two big ones. Number one, this came up yesterday. This is what Kyle does when he gets a text from Jeff or me, because he wakes up and he goes, "Ah, Christ." And there they go again. So summarizing long written content.
Oh, there you go.
I edit it, make sure it sounds like me a little bit, but yeah. Make sure I don't have long round-on sentences and stuff. Absolutely. And it picks out bigger and better words to use. It's beautiful.
And I by the way, I don't like the unsolicited AI breakdown that you get like in text messages, like on my iPhone. If I've got a few of them sitting there, it'll give me the summary. I don't need your summary. I can read the text. Thank you. Can I opt out of that or something?
Yeah.
Stop summarizing.
I mean,
I can.
I could do it in my emails. I'm not really sure. I don't have it in my text messages, but in my emails, like Google will summarize, your emails or a thread. I use that a little bit, but I don't like
sometimes it leaves key things out. I've used it too, and I've had to go back and go like, oh no, that was important too. Good job, AI. You left that out.
You can't depend on it completely for sure.
Yeah.
So there's that one. The other thing that we most use ChatGPT or other AI forms are finding recipes from limited ingredients.
Okay.
Right? This is very popular.
Yeah.
Right, where you put in what you have and you tell Chat to make me a meal. This is all that I have. So most Americans, first of all, what Chat ultimately needs is a protein, a vegetable, and a dairy. You can add other things in, but if you can give it that, look, if you have Hamburger Helper, you don't need Chat. you know what it is. Like open box, add ground beef.
Yeah.
But this is like, I got nothing. I got a pantry and some chicken, and then you can mention other staples in your, like you have olive oil, butter. What appliances are you going to use? I've never had chat write me a recipe.
No, I use it for temperature a lot. Like how long should I put it in the oven? How what the temperature should be. I use that a lot and I use the same questions a lot because I'll remake the same things and forget. So I'm like, how long should I put this tri-tip in for?
I use it as like how to fix things a lot. It's best for that, like a how-to breakdown. Like what I had a car, my check engine light came on not too long ago, and it was a P0138 code, and it's a O2 sensor. And I was like, okay, how does that get fixed? And I searched it. I'm like, oh, actually, it's pretty easy. I could probably fix that myself. Sure enough, got the light turned off.
That's the stuff it's great for that we were talking about the other day. Like if you can put in, like you had exactly what you need. I used the example the other day. My Bosch 951 dishwasher won't drain. And I've tried this already, and then Chad will come back and go, we'll do this, 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 and this.
Yeah.
But this recipe thing, and I've heard about this for years where people are just saying, here's what I got. I don't know if just because I've always just done that. I've never thought to ask Chat, gosh, what can I make? I would just start. I haven't gotten to the point where I would ask Chat to do it. I would just start Googling if I couldn't think of something on my own. But so let me try this out. So have you ever seen that show Chopped?
Yeah.
On Food Network.
Yeah.
I know
they give you
I've never seen it.
the mystery basket, right? And they make it goofy. There's 4 things that don't match up. So, okay, so let's see what we can give Chat here. So a protein, we good with chicken? Is that good?
Yeah.
Chicken? Okay. Vegetable. What kind of vegetable do we have around the house? We don't want to think like good for Chat. Like I think I have iceberg lettuce. That sounds disgusting.
Red onion. No, that might be easy with chicken. I don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah, I do iceberg lettuce. So right now we're at chicken Caesar salad.
Okay. But we got to throw it a curveball because, we don't want to be making the recipe for it.
Pop-Tarts.
So, dairy. Oh, Pop-Tarts. Okay. What flavor?
Strawberry. Just keep it simple.
Is that what you did with your carrot cake? You're like, I got caviar and I got carrot cake.
Kind of. I didn't ask ChatGPT. I just was like, this will get somebody to watch.
And then do we have a dairy? We don't have a dairy. They want a protein, a vegetable, and a dairy.
You got half
we already
and
did
half over there. I know that.
Sorry. Yeah, half and half is good. I was thinking
sauce.
yogurt. We could probably do a dressing for the chicken. That'd be easy.
Cream pasta, maybe.
Yeah.
And then we can mention anything like olive oil, butter, garlic, spices. How are we going to cook it? How do we want? Yeah, we want to
Barbecue
AI
it.
Oh, all I have is a grill. Okay. Oh, I like this. Okay. Do we have any dietary needs that we want to throw a curveball to AI for, like vegan, keto, gluten-free, low sugar?
Interesting.
Um,
Yeah. We could do a keto option, see what they say, or
No, there's the Pop-Tarts are gonna be taken out of keto.
Yeah, what does it do? Does it yell at us? We'll find out.
it would say this might not work well, but if you have something like this will work better.
Let's see.
Say you have
We
a
got
cheese allergy.
Chicken, iceberg lettuce, strawberry Pop-Tarts, and half and half. And we're going to cook it on the grill, and it has to be keto friendly. All right. We'll see what Chat comes up with.
America's RAD Cast. Only on the radnetwork.com. And now, live from Midtown Sacramento, this is America's RAD Cast, presented by the RAD Network. Follow us online pretty much everywhere. Find all the details at theradnetwork.com.
We've been talking a lot about AI lately. It seems like every day there's an updated reason to talk about it a little bit, including lately we've been talking about some things it does really well, doesn't do so well. We did some jokes from AI yesterday. It's not there yet. One of the things, according to the new study, that most of us use AI for most of us often is finding recipes from limited ingredients. This is the old, I don't have much, I don't know how to turn it into a recipe. And so AI likes to have a protein and a vegetable and a dairy. And so what we came up with, I put it into Chat. We came up with, okay, we got some chicken lying around, some iceberg lettuce, strawberry Pop-Tarts, and some half and half. The only method we have to cook on is the grill, and then we threw it the curveball of it. It has to be keto friendly. So here's what Chat came back with. I'm going to level with you right away. Strawberry Pop-Tarts and keto friendly do not coexist in the same universe.
Sorry, God.
Okay, so
I knew it.
pop this down. One Pop-Tart is basically a sugar delivery system with a pastry shell. Oh, a little shade at the Pop-Tarts by the chat. So, chat says, stay truly keto and not use the Pop-Tarts, or technically include them, but in a way that doesn't meaningfully affect carbs. So, chat says, I'll give you a creative grill-only recipe that keeps you keto and still uses everything. So, chat
Perfect.
embraced the chopped idea. You've got to use the basket ingredients.
All right.
It came up with grilled chicken with warm cream glaze and charred lettuce with a Pop-Tart dust.
Oh.
Okay, so let's see. Prep the chicken, grill the chicken on your gas grill. Make a quick cream glaze on the grill. So you pour half and half into a small grill-safe pan, or even foil if you have to, a foil bowl. Let it simmer gently on indirect heat. Reduce it down. Season with salt, and that's a simple keto cream sauce. Half and half and salt. Okay.
Caca.
Very simple. Ooh, then we're going to char up the iceberg, cut the lettuce into wedges, and grill for 1 or 2 minutes aside. We want char marks, not wilted mush. And then you lightly toast a very small crumble of Pop-Tarts on the grill and sprinkle on the salad or on the iceberg for a sweet contrast. So you slice the grilled chicken, you spoon the warm cream glaze over the top of it, you serve with the charred lettuce and the Pop-Tart crumble. There's your AI recipe from
Not as
ChatGPT.
impressive as I thought it would be. Man.
No?
No.
Sounds like
no.
a wedge salad, chicken wedge salad.
That cream sauce does not sound very good either. Salt
Oh,
and cream on
oh.
top of lettuce. Oof.
Sorry. You mean not impressive in that it doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, correct, yeah. No, it's impressive that it
Agreed.
put it together. Fine, yes. It
Yeah,
did its job.
okay.
I'm just like, man, I thought it'd be a little more. Well, I guess I am kind of disappointed in AI because I thought it'd come up with a better tasting sounding recipe. I thought it'd be like blow our minds with something. It didn't.
I do think we screwed it over with the keto thing, which we were trying to do.
Yeah.
We were trying to screw it
Give
over.
it a challenge.
Yeah.
I think that,
And so-
half and half could be a good cream sauce. I think I could. I have never tried it.
That's all they did. Half and half and salt.
Yeah.
It turns into butter if you stir it enough.
That's what most cream sauces are, just butter and some
All
salt.
right.
All right, one more. Today is National Shrimp Scampi Day. Now, scampi has different meanings around the world. In America, shrimp scampi is basically the menu name for shrimp in an Italian dish, because we'll define scampi as it can be just the shrimp. It can be in garlic butter, dry white wine, Parmesan cheese, and bread, or over pasta. All of these things are scampi in America. So celebrate Scampi Day however you want. I bring this up because it's also Poem in Your Pocket Day.
What
Yes.
the hell is poem
Yes.
in your pocket day? What?
This is why I always say every day is a day. We celebrate the stupidest stuff. I'm at the point now where I look at what we're celebrating and I go, how can I work this into the show? And this one just wrote itself after yesterday's show. So every April 29th, we celebrate Poem in Your Pocket Day to encourage people across the United States to express themselves through poetry.
No.
Not my preferred method, but
This is not Shakespearean days. We don't need. No.
I thought we could combine everything. Yesterday, we had AI write us some jokes. They weren't so good. The clean jokes, especially. The dirty jokes weren't very fun. Although, well, Jeff kind of liked them because, Jeff. Yeah. So I saw this yesterday, and I thought, okay, we're not going to do this every day, but as long as it works or it's funny, we can throw it in there. I went to chat, and I said, so it's Poem in My Pocket Day, and it's Scampi Day. I said, write me a rhyming poem, because I hate poems that don't rhyme. They're not poems. Poems that don't rhyme are just run-on sentences. You gotta have them rhyming. Write me a rhyming poem that celebrates shrimp scampi.
All right.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
All right. You do not sound optimistic.
No, I hate poems. I hate poetry. I think they're dumb. I think they're stupid as hell. The only ones I like are haikus because they're short.
Yeah, I know.
I should have asked it to do a haiku. I'm sorry. In a skillet, warm where butter gleams, a coastal dish of garlic dreams, shrimp, like jewels in rosy light, begin their dance in pure delight.
It's my new favorite.
A splash of wine, a citrus kiss, transforms the pan to briny bliss. The sizzle sings, the aromas rise, a savory spell to hypnotize.
It's not
All in the
bad.
delivery, kids. You gotta get into it here. Parsley flutters, green and bright, against the gold of buttery night. Each tender curl, a perfect bite, both rich and fresh, bold and light. Twirl it high on strands of grace. That's the pasta. Let every flavor interlace. A humble meal, yet somehow grand. A seaside feast within your hand. AI's poem to shrimp scampi.
I like it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was as good as poems get. That was spot on.
So if you have a low level of poem appreciation, that was pretty good.
America's RAD Cast. Oh, this is America's RAD Cast. What does RAD stand for? Who cares? What does Nike stand for, wise guy? Just enjoy the show, will ya? Call the show anytime at 888-587-5355 or email radcast@theradnetwork.com.
Wednesday morning, we got a new soapbox coming up, 10 a.m. It's at theradnetwork.com. It'll be a recurring feature called The 10. And the idea is I can take any subject and put it into The 10. Not necessarily like the top 10. Like today's subject of movies. It's not the top 10 movies of all time. That's stupid. You got to look at it like, okay, these are the movies. Because like some of the best movies of all time, you don't need to watch again. Because they're going to bring, it was a great movie. It's just, I don't need to see Nicolas Cage drink himself to death again and leaving Las Vegas. I got it. Saw the first time. These are the movies that they're on, or you have them saved, or you stream them when nothing else is on. You'll always put them on, that kind of thing. But it can cover so many things. Like I say at the end of the soapbox, it can be like the 10 can be the 10 living humans that we need to ship off to the next Epstein's Island, or ship off to Mars. It can be anything where you just think about, and 10, good round number. So that's the soapbox today. Then you've got at 1 o'clock Kyle's Corner, which is a tribute, and he's still alive and well, but it's like a tribute to Fat Chad, right?
Yeah, it is. Yep, he's my one homeboy. He's always in my corner. When no one else is there, he's there.
That's a cat, by the way.
He is, yeah. Yeah, his name's
Kyle's
Chad.
Corner.
Don't get it confused.
1 o'clock. Thus Fat Chad, the cat. That's all at theradnetwork.com. We have news from Florida now.
It is time for news from Florida.
We are never living, visiting, passing through, or even thinking about Florida ever. Ever.
We know weird and crazy stuff happens everywhere, but it seems like everything that happens in Florida is weird and crazy. Of course, they live amongst the alligators there. And it is real. It's real. I've mentioned before, I've been golfing in Florida, and they're right. The alligators are right there. And the caddies are like, it's fine. They won't bother. I'm not going to hit my ball next to an alligator. I don't care that much. And it's now alligator mating season. That began this month. It peaks over the next 2 months, May and June. During this time, alligators become even more active, especially near lakes, ponds, canals, and other bodies of water, because they're horny, they're frisky.
Oh, God, are they more aggressive, too?
Well, see, they didn't use that word, but I was reading between the lines. More active, and it's mating season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be eating a little more.
Right. Got to build up the energy, the stamina.
Watch your little dogs.
And a Florida conservation area has been temporarily closed after an alligator attacked a cow. Now, I don't know if the alligator was trying to eat the cow or have sex with it, but mating season. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission responded to the scene and searched for the alligator. They were unable to locate the gator. They did find the cow, which in this case, the alligator was trying to pull the cow into the water. That still doesn't mean it wasn't trying to have sex with it. Maybe he likes water sex.
Yeah.
Either way, the injuries were so severe they had to euthanize the cow. They did find an uninjured calf who was near the area and taken to the animal shelter, which means this poor calf saw its mother die at the hands of the gator.
Now it knows what Bambi feels like.
An early lesson on how nature works. They did set a trap for the alligator, but it hasn't been. What does an alligator trap look like? Is it like the old mousetrap game? A bucket drops over the.
Oh no! The only way I know how to catch it is with a big hook and a string with a piece of chicken at the end of it.
Yeah, I just call the guy. Just like, isn't there a guy? We're in Florida. and somebody come find them.
Call the Swamp People show. Get one of them out there.
Right? They have to stay in. Aren't they in Louisiana? You don't have to stay there.
Nope.
You can travel.
It's like a squirrel trap, but for gators. Look, they do have them.
Oh, that's interesting. So it actually, we were just talking about Deadliest Catch. It looks like a crab pot that they just kind of drop over, I guess. Or does the gator crawl into it and then it closes?
It's probably, like a chicken or something in there, like Kyle said, and that's like enticing them to come in, and then it shuts closed.
But how do we know that this cage that we're showing right now is big enough for this gator that went after a cow?
Oh, I know, right?
That's a small one.
You would have to think it's a pretty big gator to go after a cow, for a fully grown cow.
You would think.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for the gator to take the bait literally and get caught. Meanwhile, county officials are reminding Florida residents and visitors to use caution near the water. I love these lists. Like, you need to be told these things, and apparently you do because we're stupid idiots.
Yep. Sorry.
Only swim in designated areas during daylight hours. Okay, right. That makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Never approach or feed an alligator. I did not need to be told that.
Well, that sounds like a challenge.
Well, okay. See, that's the other problem. They're trying to warn you, and a guy like Kyle, he's like, you want to bet?
Yeah.
Watch this.
I'll do it.
Throw that chicken out there and see if they would get anything.
Yeah, I can step back quick enough.
And keep pets on a leash and away from the shoreline.
Sure.
We get those every year. Every year, there's the old woman walking her poodle along the shores of her condominium, and sure enough, here comes an alligator, and just takes the poodle with it.
Bye, Pongo.
Next up in Florida, 39-year-old Jason Canals has been arrested on 8 counts of interstate transport of stolen property. There's a problem with this story. Let me see if you can find it, because I researched the crap out of it yesterday, trying to get an answer to my question. 39 years old, arrested on 8 counts of interstate transport of stolen property. Okay. He's accused of perpetrating multiple schemes to defraud wholesale produce companies. He would use a company's name and email signature block without permission. I mean, this guy really put his effort into it. I got to give him credit for that.
Sounds like an excellent employee.
He would, right, probably in the industry, right? He would communicate with other companies that would request produce. And then while the shipment was on the way, he would divert the produce to a different location.
Oh.
And the victim companies thought that he had prepaid for the produce because of whatever AI-produced invoicing system he's coming up with. He never paid the victim companies. And in the end, he cost companies more than $600,000 worth of stolen onions and potatoes.
Okay.
Wow, he found a loophole.
Yeah. I mean, how hard is it to sell like black market onions and potatoes?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're close enough. You're adjacent to what I spent yesterday researching, which is, what did he do with them?
Right.
Okay, he stole the $600,000 worth of onions and potatoes from the produce companies. They've indicted him or arrested him. Well, what did he do to make money? What was the scam?
Did he sell
and
it?
why aren't you telling us?
Well, did he get the order? So he puts the order and he picks them up. Does he go to other restaurants and sell them for a cheaper price and just pockets the cash? He's like, hey, I've got this whole load. You don't even have to go through this company anymore. Here you go.
And tell us.
We don't know. Yeah. They know.
That's what bothers me.
Yeah.
You go out of your way to tell us that he's been arrested on this $600,000 conspiracy. He faces a maximum of 10 years in federal prison if he's convicted because he's doing interstate. But you don't tell us how he was trying to make money from it. I assume these stories we're making up is how. I don't know how I feel as a restaurant owner. Guy pulls up in his Chevy.
Right.
He goes, hey, man, you want some potatoes and onions?
I see that sometimes, these small market people trying to sell their homegrown stuff. But I think he has to pay his lawyers in potatoes and lettuce, probably.
What with the stereos weren't working out, people caught on and they're like, that stuff's stolen. No, I'm not taking that. He's like, well, potatoes and onions, that's harmless. Let's switch over.
In Lake County, Florida, police were called to a home after receiving a request for a welfare check. A woman who knows the couple that lives there, elderly couple, a woman was concerned. She hadn't heard from them in several days. Okay, old people looking out for old people, that's okay in Florida. And I don't know the attempts she's made to contact them directly, but she called, hey, could you please do the welfare check? So cops show up, and they find an 82-year-old man named Vincent DeFraya. His 84-year-old wife is there, and he, Vincent, is covered in blood.
Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Did he get a cut? Did he hurt himself and he needed a Band-Aid?
Next sentence, he appeared to have cuts.
Oh, boy.
On his arms that the first responders believed were self-inflicted. Oh.
So he's emo.
At 82? You're still at 82?
Is
You're
he
still
listening
wanting to
to
escape?
Hawthorne Heights and Chiodos too? Okay.
In the bedroom, authorities found his wife. The room had blood splatter on the walls and on the ceilings, and the woman's body was covered in blood.
Oh, boy. Whoa.
During the course of the investigation, authorities learned that Vincent had discussed a suicide pact last week before using pills. So he'd gone to his wife, and Vincent revealed this, and he'd said, look, this ain't working out. I'm cutting myself. We're both in our 80s. Why don't we just end it? We'll take pills. Apparently the wife said, no, we're not doing that. So a week later, Vincent says, well, screw that. They also found the murder weapon. He murdered his wife, if you haven't figured this out.
Yeah, I
yet.
wasn't sure yet, but it
Oh, okay.
sounded like where it was headed.
I
yeah.
just thought she had an intense period. Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
At 84. That's actually the story. That's why it's in the news. 84-year-old woman still having periods. So bad it's covering the bed in blood. No, he killed her. With a hammer.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
He had
the
some
hammer
built-up
was
tension.
next to their bed, and she had many large wounds on the side of her head. Elsewhere in the home, authorities found dried blood and bloodied items in the sink and trash. So, like, he had a little inkling to clean up, and then he got tired because
Yeah,
he was
right.
82.
He's like, yeah, I'm 80
Right?
years old.
Whatever these other items were. But the hammer he left until this old biddy, this nosy neighbor calls a welfare check in, and all hell breaks loose because he needed like a week to complete his cleanup plan. The medical examiner determined the woman had been dead for more than 24 hours before she was found by authorities. So that explains the multiple days where the neighbor hadn't heard from them.
Okay. Oh, God.
Even hammering someone to death at 80 something is fairly impressive. I mean, it doesn't sound like a suicide pact, though.
No,
to be honest.
it sounds like she was trying to do what the kids are doing these days. What is it? Where that you hammer in the jawline to make yourself look like you have a better jaw?
Looksmaxing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to be rid of her, and he was trying to convince her of a suicide pact that he probably wasn't going to participate in, and then she didn't go for it, and then he ended up murdering
He's
her.
like, oh, fine. You don't want the pills. You get the hammer, bitch.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I agree. That is what it sounds like entirely. And, he would have had it planned out where his pills were going to be a placebo or whatever, but she croaks and who knows. The interesting thing is that he's so fed up at 82 with his 84-year-old wife that he's like, that's it. I can't do it I don't know how long they were married, but I can't do this anymore. So we're going to try the murder. Oh, you won't do murder? Fine. Hammer,
right? I think going to prison at 82 and living in Florida at 82 is pretty much the same thing. So,
what
I
did
think
Did he not have an RV? He didn't get up and go somewhere? Shoot, figure like after you murder your wife, you'd be like, time to go to the coast.
So she had been dead for 24 hours when the authorities arrived. Well, we know he had been trying to do a little bit of cleanup, but apparently couldn't fit it all in between his naps. And then, of course, somebody's got to ask, did he do anything to the body over those 24 hours while it was dead?
Oh, boy. Ooh. Okay, so what happens during a welfare check? Why did he even answer the door? Like, well, I feel like welfare checks just knock on the door. What else? Like, did they peek in the windows and stuff?
they'll break open.
They'll get.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll get pretty aggressive if there's reason to believe you're home, and somebody has called in. They'll get very aggressive very quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you want to enter the door, probably they can just go right away. But if you have blood all over you, then that probably won't work very well.
Right. And not answering is not okay for them.
Right.
Because they're like, because the way the I don't want to say it's the cops, it's everybody. The way it's looked at is, if you're called to do a welfare check and you can't confirm the welfare of the person inside, and then the next day we find out they're dead and they would have been alive if you would have broken in,
Right.
you're going to be in a little bit of trouble as law enforcement. It's like, that's why we did the welfare thing. They're 82 and 84. They both fell down. They pulled the Gene Hackman thing. They're falling down. They're rotting away. So that's why they'll bust in your door. They'll do everything they can just to confirm there's humans there.
Okay.
As Jeff said, once they confirm blood is there, it becomes another thing.
Right.
Welfare,
I've watched a
not
lot of Datelines, so I know.
Well, I was generally confused because I thought like you couldn't enter somebody's house unless you had a warrant. So you just do a welfare check. Obviously, it's no problem kicking in the door.
It's a fine line.
It is a very fine line. It's a very sketchy line. I understand it intellectually based on the way I laid it out of if they don't make sure you're there and then they're not like, whoa, our asses are on the line. We got to know that the people that we're being told inside that somebody has a concern over is well. Right. And the question does become, it's like, well, why aren't they answering the door? Like if you don't answer, why aren't they answering the door? They're not well. If they and that's where it gets sticky. It's like, can you see cars? Do you see lights? Do you see the TV? Because all these pranks, these swatting things and crap that people are doing where they send the SWAT team to other people. So your neighbors are on vacation and you call in a welfare check because, the cops will break in, nobody's there. So the cops are supposed to, at that point, they're like, is there reason to believe there's somebody home? How far do we want to take this? And I don't know if he answered the door, if they had to pound, because they'll pound and they'll threaten and all this other stuff.
They'll go all around the house. They'll check through windows. Yeah.
Well, he was 82. Maybe they said, hey, we have a free bingo night for you. Come out.
Right? They're trying to get something.
I think it'd be great if like an 80-year-old couple swatted at another 80-year-old couple. That would make me happy.
No, that wouldn't be.
That'd be a good story. I want to hear.
If it happens, it'll be in Florida. I promise you. Right. The Ocala Police Department described how two 18-year-olds have been arrested after filming a social media stunt in which one of them drove a lawnmower through the front doors of a Target, damaging the entrance. It's a riding lawnmower, and he's driving it through.
Okay.
He's bashing in to things.
On par with Florida so far. Okay.
The night before, they had used a leaf blower inside a Culver restaurant on the same road. So these are two 18-year-olds, and so one rides and the other one films, and they go through the door. And the guy who's filming can't keep up with the dude on the lawnmower. Right? He's like out of sight immediately on his riding mower.
It's probably Florida. Smart. You want to distance yourself unless those cops come. You're able to run away and be like, I wasn't with them.
Ultimately, both of them were arrested and charged with criminal mischief and disorderly conduct.
Oh, they didn't do anything that bad.
They kind of did. A riding lawnmower through an occupied Target where there are children and families, and he's not going slow.
No, he didn't run anybody over. I don't know. Arrested? Like, get a ticket, maybe.
That's what they got, pretty much.
Yeah.
Not a ticket, but a little bit more.
Criminal mischief, disorderly conduct. Right. You'll be fine. Pick up some garbage. You'll be okay, kid. All right. So the other thing that we have in Florida, along with alligators, crazy people, hammers, there's an Indian woman who lives in Florida. Her name Dots, not feathers. Gotcha. Her name is Ritu Rathi. She was taking a walk through her residence in Florida. During the stroll, she spotted something common to Florida: snake.
Uh-oh.
Not just any snake, though, a cottonmouth snake, one of North America's most venomous serpents, and it was just resting on the lawn.
Okay, yeah.
And then she saw a
sunbathe. Yeah, it's hanging out.
That one's resting on the lawn. Then she saw a second one. Now, she thought at this point it would be a good idea to start a video, which she later shared on Instagram, probably for a variety of reasons, including her own self-preservation. So the woman starts her Instagram video, and she says, this other snake is trapped. So you got the one on the grass, but then the other one is stuck to a stone wall. Okay? And she thought, she says in the video, that the woman thought that the snake that's on the lawn is trying to rescue the snake on the wall.
Oh, yeah, because that's what they do. Yeah, they're like firefighters. They go out and rescue other snakes.
No, they're green berets.
Yeah. And we look out for our own kind.
Yeah.
There's a snake. I'm a snake, and he's a snake. And now there's this crazy Indian woman. I have to rescue this snake from the crazy Indian woman because we're snakes, is what she's thinking. So she also said she's knowledgeable. She says in her video, this is a cottonmouth snake. If it bites someone, death is certain. I mean, so she knows about them. She said that what she wanted to do was she wanted to rescue the trapped snake, the one that's stuck to the stone wall. But it's a cottonmouth snake. It's very venomous. So she posted this whole video in her residential society's group chat next door, right?
Lovely.
That thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right. 300 to 400 members. However, she was met with silence. No neighbors wanted to help her. She says only one replied and said, call animal control services.
Well, there we go. That's about as much help as you need.
The woman says she did call. No one answered. We got these poor snakes. This one's stuck.
Then leave them alone. They're in the grass and on
Now-
a wall. What are you doing? Walk on the sidewalk. Go around the wall.
Right. They're not threatening her. Those are all that. But she feels a kinship towards the snakes, and she wants to help the stuck snake. And this is the reason she actually posted this whole thing to Instagram. At first, she was just making the video for her chat, and then she posted the whole thing for her neighborhood chat. Then she posted the whole thing afterwards because the indifference, she said, disturbed her. She said that if such a thing happened in India, it would have generated immediate collective action with neighbors coming together to devise a rescue plan for the snake. Quote, there would have been a crowd taking care of it. They would have rescued it, end quote.
None of them were... Okay, stuck to a wall. How is it stuck? I don't know. I feel like it can figure its way out.
Is that true? I don't think does India because India's like has snakes.
I thought they ate people out in India. I thought they would they have the big boas. Then we read a story where one lady in India was eaten alive
by a boa.
Yeah,
by a python, I think, in that story.
Thank you.
And it was out in the fields. And yes, it was an enormous snake. And yes, that does happen. And it doesn't just happen in India; it happens other places. What she's claiming, and this I don't know, is that the Indian people that she's familiar with growing up in India have this bond with their fellow species that live with them, and they would have seen this stuck cottonmouth snake, and they would have said, we must help the poor snake. Go get some burlap.
I guess.
And because they use burlap. And that's what, and whereas instead these Floridians just nothing. Call animal control, one person.
Yeah, it's boring.
That's
It's stupid. They got their own snakes and alligators to deal with. Why are they gonna come help her? We have animal control here in America.
Now at the end of the video, nobody's coming to help. Animal control not answering. So the end of the video is the woman poking the trapped snake. She wants to make sure that it's alive. You know, how mobile is it? What can I do to help this poor snake? And the snake's dead. And as the video ends, the irony that it's like a Saturday Night Live bit that we all see coming is that there's the other snake is eating now the trapped one. It wasn't going to rescue it.
Yeah.
It's food. And she even says at the end of her video, quote, oh, I thought the snake was trying to rescue it, but it just ate the trapped one. And now it's so fat it can't move, end quote.
That's what they do. Those snakes eat and they go to sleep.
Right. Doesn't she know that, being from India?
Apparently
That's what
not.
they do.
So she doesn't get
America's
bit?
RAD Cast, only on the radnetwork.com.
One once said that one should die proudly when it's no longer possible to live proudly. And seriously, was it even remotely possible for Christina to be proud of Rob anymore? Okay, stop with the phony outrage. Christina is laughing her ass off at this. Actually, that's not true, because why would she waste her time listening to this crap? Let's get back to America's RAD Cast on the radnetwork.com.
That's one of my favorites. We got this email to radcast at the radnetwork.com. Occasionally, we'll have like on-air meetings. Or Kyle's favorite, on-air, I don't want to call them critiques, but on-air direction kind of thing. I know how much people... Okay, so...
What'd Jeff do?
Don't worry, Kyle. You're off the hook on this one. All right, we got this email to radcast at the radnetwork.com. It's from Chris.
Hi, Chris.
One of the things I've learned dealing with tech guys, Jeff, is you've got to point out to them how stupid people are. See, you know how stupid people are, Jeff, because you're a tech guy, therefore you feel better. You feel like you're better than everyone, and you are. But you forget that you're catering to stupid people. And sometimes even semi-smart people have a problem. They'll sit down and they'll go, I don't see it. And the problem is they get frustrated and then they leave you. So we're going to use this email as a lesson. Because I already know you're going to be like, I know, but stupid people. Okay? All right. Chris wrote in and said, we just got this. Says, one thing I noticed trying to send an email to America's RADcast. It is not easily found on the main website. I had to drill down into the more info on YouTube page to find it. Okay, so. Okay. You can email us. You can just type in radcast, RADCAST, at theradnetwork.com. Boom. Okay, but you're right. You want to be able to go to our website. Now, if you go to our website, theradnetwork.com, there it is right there. We're back in the America's RADcast 90s type logo. On the very, very, very top, the very, very, very top, Home, well, that's where you are. Radvertisers, you can click that. You go down to the Radvertisers. Live events, okay. This is Jeff's baby. Live events, loves that. And then you got watch. You can just click that and watch us and listen. Okay, that'll be the listen live thing. And the phone number. And all the way over there on the right corner, all the way on the right corner is the envelope, the universal symbol for mail.
I have it right here.
Right, and if you click it, boom,
look,
you're ready to go.
It gives me an option. Ooh, default mail app or to use Gmail. Okay, Gmail. Oh, I already have a pre-written email with a subject line and compose email ready to go. That wasn't hard.
However, it was hard for Chris, who eventually figured out, and he went all the way to YouTube, which is right below. Like, if you visit our YouTube channel, that link is right below the envelope. Okay, fine.
Okay, all right.
Whatever. See, we're going to need something, Jeff, that also says in words. Email the show, and they just click it.
I could do it. Yep.
You know, I wonder
on my
if there's...
to-do list already.
Yeah.
And dumb down to the lowest common denominator. No offense, Chris.
Make sure you wear your bicycle helmet in public today, Chris, and make sure you find every window that you need to lick.
Yeah, I right away when I saw it, I'm like, okay, well, I got to do this, I mean, we're getting emails, so how hard can it be? And then I realized, the little envelope isn't enough. Okay.
Yeah, we can make it a lot more obvious and add more of the actual email name in there. I'm for that.
Maybe we should, like, just for a day, replace the RAD logo and just put up a sign that says, "Hey, Chris, is this you? Click this button to email us."
That'd be too much fun to do.
I don't know if he could read that many letters.
He wouldn't think it was about him. Oh, see, some other Chris. One more update for the day. What? Oh, yeah, okay. So, wait, what is the reasoning behind it? I know they're trying to do that. Okay, so there's this Wisconsin, there's this road, country road. And I guess they've been having problems with people speeding on it. It happens, right? I mean, we're talking like country road, dirt roads, off-roads.
Yeah, this is the best roads to speed on.
They live up there, right? They have kids, though, and they don't want you to speed too much. I don't know.
Put one of the turtles out there with a flag. You'll be fine.
Try everything.
Mario Kart? Is that
what this particular road in Wisconsin is doing is it put a decimal point on their speed limit sign. So it's a smaller street outside of a recycling and solid waste facility. So you need to drive on it if you're going to the dump, for example. Okay, things like that. And they don't enforce it to the 10th, but the idea is that you see this thing that the officials change the road speed limit sign to 17.3 miles per hour.
Oh my God! Because you can tell.
Okay, so the idea you see it and it encourages you to slow down, I guess, because 17.3, they're really strict here.
Oh yeah, God forbid you get to 17.8.
Some people say actually it looks like 173 if you drive by quick enough.
Yeah, right.
And then, okay. What I love is that when they say they're not enforcing it to the 10th. Like, it doesn't matter if you go 17.5. Nobody's out there. The idea is, quote, it makes you pause, look twice, and it breaks that autopilot feeling we all can fall into when driving familiar routes. Right. In other words, it's distracted driving. Yeah. They're literally forcing you to take your eyes off the road. Like, what was that? Mm-hmm. And if you're with somebody, they're going to be like, back up, back up. Now you're backing into somebody because you just have to see the sign of 17. Who? What? Yeah. Who thought this was a good idea?
I'm wondering if it has anything to do with, like, a lot of times when they pull people over, they give you like a 1 to 5 mile per hour like allotment. Like, it's legally in there. I wonder if they just want you be like, nope, it's 17.3. So if you're at 25, then you're
they
over.
say they're not even enforcing it, and I don't even know this is a road you can enforce it on. It's the road to the dump.
It doesn't even look paved.
No, it's not. It's just a sign sitting there. In fact, the sign doesn't even look like it's bolted into the ground or cemented into the ground. I can't tell. But, I mean, Christ, it's nothing a chainsaw won't fix.
Right. What if you're riding on horseback? What's going to happen then? Oh, they're not enforcing it. It doesn't matter.
Right. But if they were, you would still have to stay at 17.3 miles an hour. Horses have the same limits. You put a horse on a freeway, the horse can't go faster than 65.
Oh.
Right. I don't know how many horsepowers that is, though.
See, they don't legislate the horsepower. It's the speed. There's no horsepower limit. You tried there. I know what you did.
I tried to get that. Yeah.
No, I don't know the legalities of having a horse on the freeway. It seems unsafe, But if it is there, you have to move with the flow of traffic. And you can't go over the speed limit.
That was from our most recent episode. Today's Live America's RADcast is coming up on the radnetwork.com.
Longtime advertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years, and her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital, as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say.
Stop that. Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Berry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. Sue Berry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer, Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040, Barrett Financial Group, LLC, NMLS number 181106, Nevada 5091, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Longtime maggots will remember Greg from MAP. M-A-P, as in Maximum Athletic Performance, which guides you to better output through better ingredients, also known as nutrition. Greg has been on the RAD show many times and will be again, as he simplifies nutrition and helps us all understand what actually works when it comes to fueling our bodies, almost all of which can be found at maptrition.com. Every product is formulated with clinical precision and backed by science and purpose, and maptrition.com has something for every fitness level, even those of us who barely have a fitness level. With nearly 20 years as a nutritionist and a specialization in sports nutrition, Greg works with athletes and everyday individuals to optimize performance, energy, and overall health through smarter fueling strategies, all of which starts at maptrition.com. At the very least, we should all be taking daily multivitamins, and Greg has his formulated for exactly what a man or woman's body needs. Protein is in, but maybe instead of getting yours from mac and cheese with extra protein, you get it from maptrition.com. And of course, all things workout, training, and exercise are available as well. From pre-workout to creatine and other muscle builders to recovery supplements and more, all at maptrition.com. From morning breakfast essentials to post-workout recovery and everything in between, maptrition.com's full range of supplements, proteins, and wellness products are built to power your journey from start to finish. Check out all the products and find what's right for you and order it shipped to you, all at maptrition.com. That's maptrition.com. If you've never heard of microseal, let me tell you what it isn't. It is not a really small marine mammal. Get it? A microseal? Oh, fine. Just ask AI. AI describes microseal this way, with a bunch of AI words. Microseal is a premium, eco-friendly, and biodegradable fabric protection spray that penetrates deep into fibers to provide permanent stain, soil, and sun fade resistance for rugs, furniture, and delicate fabrics. It uses nanotechno blah 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 and blue 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 blue. What AI is trying to say is that microseal is non-toxic, non-allergenic, safe for pets and children, and, although AI doesn't say this, it should, you need to contact a longtime maggot Joel from AdvantageSteam.com right now to get get him to apply MicroSeal for you. You can even make appointments online at AdvantageSteam.com. We've had MicroSeal for years at Williams Manor, and it treats a lot more than carpets. MicroSeal protects virtually all fibrous materials, including wool, cotton, silk, suede, leather, and synthetic fabrics. It protects upholstery, carpets, rugs, draperies, and clothing, including wedding dresses. And ladies, you're going to need what? 3 or 4 of those in your lifetime. And it protects against stains, moisture, and UV degradation without changing the texture. Also, if you're an interior designer, Joel has a special program just for you, and all you have to do is say the password, which is what? What? There's no password, I guess. Never mind. Whoever you are, contact Joel at AdvantageSteam.com. And if you're an interior designer, tell him, I guess. I don't know. That's AdvantageSteam.com, where you'll learn more about MicroSeal and everything else that Joel offers. At AdvantageSteam.com, that's AdvantageSteam.com, AdvantageSteam.com.
Remember, life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid. We're here to help. And now, back to the RAD Network's presentation of America's RAD Cast. Rob.
That's why it's in the news. 84-year-old woman still having periods. So bad it's covering the bed in blood. No, he killed her.
Kyle.
Because India's like has snakes.
I thought they ate people out in India. Think of the big boas. Then we read a story where one lady in India was eaten alive.
America's RAD Cast.
We will start with this email. We got it into radcast at theradnetwork.com. It's from Tara.
Hi, Tara.
Yesterday was Wednesday. That means today's Thursday, in case you're not following along. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do a new soapbox, 10 a.m. at theradnetwork.com. Yesterday, rolled out this new thing called the 10. Not the top 10, the 10. You can take anything and you say, okay, we're going to come up with a list of 10 things. Now, yesterday's topic was movies, not the 10 best movies. Because I was thinking about this of, under the guise, you're at a party, you're at a dinner party, forced discussion, first date,
God.
those kind of things. Rather than asking a question like, "So, what's your favorite movie?" which puts people on the spot. Most people are like, "I don't know. I can't name just one." So if you give people something specific, it becomes a project. It becomes something you can do together. So yesterday's the 10 was the 10 movies that you will watch anytime they're on. The 10 movies that you have saved or streaming, ready to go for any reason at any time. You're going through, you're vegging out. You're going through the channels. Nothing's on. You see a movie, you go, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna watch that because I love that. I've seen it a million times."
Free Willy right here.
Free Willy,
Really? Yeah.
really?
You don't. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's still. I watched it as a child. I still like it today. Every time I see it, I'm like, I'm watching it. It's a flashback. I don't know why I'm so enthralled with my childhood being fun, but yeah, it takes me back to a better place.
I was a big Free Willy fan. I mean, I haven't watched it in 10 years probably, but I liked it when it came out. I remember watching it a bunch.
But like, Kyle, you see it's on, you're watching it.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Because there's some movies that were really good, you just don't care enough to watch them again. Like I was using yesterday examples of movies that were excellent, but they were depressing. I don't need to see Leaving Las Vegas again. I always use that one because that movie just like Nick Cage drinks himself to death. I'm like 25 when I saw it, and I'm stumbling out with a headache. Not from drinking, from watching that movie. I don't need to see that again. But there's also other movies that were really good. I just don't. The one that drives people nuts, Anchorman. Great movie. I don't watch it when it's on again.
Yeah, those one-liners. I love watching that movie. Oh man, okay. I quote that movie so much. I'd watch that anytime it's on.
No problem. But see this, and this is what's fun about it, is if you get a group of people that can just throw things in, and I don't know if you're going to do a forced. We're all going to come up with our top 10 together, whatever. And that's the thing, is that you can do endless topics. You could do, and you can Family Feud people. I love doing this trick. People that play Family Feud, like the contestants that play Family Feud, when they're asked the questions. In a survey of 100 women, they said their husband's junk could be compared to this animal. They answer for themselves. They tell you about themselves rather than playing the game, which is what will most people say. And that's a great trick to use if you want to get into people's heads at work or on a date. So you can just say, all right, we're going to do the 10. We're going to do the 10 weirdest sexual fantasies or fetishes, something like that. Not theirs. We're just asking for the 10 weirdest, but they're gonna tell you theirs,
Right.
or they're gonna tell you something that they were disgusted by. Like Jeff, if he got this question tonight at a party, he'd be like, balloons. I just found out somebody I know has a fetish with balloons.
Hi,
And
right here.
See, that's gonna progress the conversation. So anyway, it's in. Tara wrote in and said, Rob, we don't have the same taste in movies, but there are a couple you mentioned that would be in my top 10. Well, of course, we don't have the same taste. You're a woman.
Yeah.
And more than half of my 10 are action movies and things that just live up forever.
Since she's a woman, she probably likes Pride and Prejudice, right?
I was expecting that.
Yeah.
Well, look, she only, by the way, the punchline to the 10 was I actually had 22 on my list. I could not eliminate down to 10. But she found 2 of my 22, because at least she referenced a couple. But what else is on her list? I think that's where you get to
The Notebook.
Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, I bet your Princess Bride's on there. It's all bitches love that movie.
Oh, and the Affair movie. Oh, the Notebook.
That
That's a
one.
cheating piece of crap. Sorry, Terry, you didn't mention this.
right.
Jesus. She says we don't have the same. Okay, I absolutely love Chef. That's the Jon Favreau movie where he plays
movie.
a chef, 5-star, loses his job, gets a truck. It's all about he and his son. It's such a great movie.
Yeah,
great
really good.
movie. Tara says my only problem is it makes me so damn hungry. He makes that grilled cheese, and it's the most basic thing he makes in the whole movie, but the way he prepares it looks so delicious.
Yeah.
That was one of the great things about that movie after it came out was Favreau actually trained with, and I'm forgetting his name, a well-known 5-star chef, and learned how to do all this stuff. And that is how chefs cook at home. The pasta dish he makes for Scarlett Johansson at one point in that movie, where he's making it all sexy. He's not doing that just because she's sitting there in her underwear. That's how chefs are. They're like obsessed. Everything's got to be. When he makes breakfast for his kid, like his kid gives a crap. He's all obsessed with it. So that's a great movie. And then she says, my second one is Live Free or Die Hard. I love Bruce Willis and Justin Long as a team. Anytime I put it on at home, no one's interested. As far as being such a huge fan of that movie, I thought I was alone, but you like it too, so that must count for it's not just me. Live Free or Die Hard, the 4th Die Hard movie, is the most successful one. And it's also the one that stands up against time, because it was about a fire sale, which we're all still waiting for. Yeah. We're all still waiting for somebody to shut down our EMP and everything else. And then we have to, everything turns into Armageddon or whatever. So that's why I'm still.
I haven't seen that chef movie either. I saw the making of the movie. I saw behind the scenes of Favreau going through and doing the work with the chef and him training. And I saw that part. I never saw the actual film. Couldn't tell you what the storyline was about. I mean, you just said it, but
I like Jon Favreau too, in almost anything.
Yeah,
he does.
I think that helps. I've always loved almost everything Favreau's done, on and off screen, because he's a prolific director. But I think Kyle, a guy like you would like it because of it's such a well-rounded movie. It's very food-centric, but it's also this great story of this dad trying to reconnect with his kid, and there's this whole family element
tears the
goes, and it does
immediately.
But it doesn't pull away from the movie. You know how at some point you're like, oh, God, not more of the relationship crap. It's not like that. It actually all intertwines, and it came and it went. It didn't get the credit it deserved.
Yeah.
It does now, kind of as a cult thing. But yeah, it's called Chef. It's a great movie.
Chef.
With Jon Favreau. So that was yesterday's Soapbox at 10 a.m. at theradnetwork.com. We'll have one tomorrow. Today's Thursday. That means it's Food Factor Day. We did talk yesterday about the food trends this year are primarily birthday cake, confetti, that kind of stuff, and then s'mores. S'mores are huge. We've got Pop-Tart s'mores and, cereal s'mores. And we were talking yesterday about the s'moyster, which is something we talked about last year at this time, and it was kind of like okay. But now it's huge in this one place in South Carolina or whatever where they're serving it. The idea is what it sounds like. Oyster, and you turn it into a s'more on top.
You put a piece of Hershey's chocolate down on top of the oyster meat. Actually, how I did is I put the oyster in a half shell on the barbecue, added the piece of chocolate, then a marshmallow, put the lid on that barbecue, and it melted. Oh, I switched things up. I even put a peep on one of them. I had 2 oysters. So they both got the chocolate, right? One got a strawberry Pop-Tart peep. The other one got a regular marshmallow. And then, of course, graham cracker dust on top.
Okay, so you made your own.
Yeah, I made 2. I did
Nice.
the OG, the one that you're talking about, how they make it in North Carolina. And then I went Kyle style because I had some the strawberry Pop-Tart peeps. So I was like, we're adding one to this too.
Now I don't remember, but so the one we were talking about yesterday, and I think it was in South Carolina, but I don't remember. Did they put the marshmallow on? It's supposed to be a dessert oyster, but I thought you said, "Wait a minute, I'm going to put a marshmallow on," but maybe you were just referring to the type or something.
Maybe I was confused. I thought it was the s'moyster. I thought you made a s'mores with the oyster. I
It
thought
should.
it was just chocolate marshmallow because I pulled it off looking off the barbecue and it looked like a s'morey mess. It was
That's how
just
it
melted
should.
marshmallows all over the shell.
So that's the classic, but then and the other one you used a strawberry Pop-Tart Peep.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Okay. So that's on the Food Factor today, 10 a.m. at theradnetwork.com. And we were talking yesterday about Tuesday's Food Factor, where Kyle dove into the caviar realm, and I referenced, but I didn't do the full list. I referenced the hotels.com annual list of unusual room service requests because in Tuesday's Food Factor, Kyle somehow combined caviar with carrot cake. And so I saw this thing on hotels.com, and I used it just as a way to start the conversation. Somebody ordered a caviar hot dog. They wanted a hot dog with caviar spread on top of it. As a way that people just say, yes, give me more caviar, and it led us into the Food Factor discussion. But the bigger part of it was hotels.com goes out and they interview all of these employees from all of these various hotels that they're licensed with, and they come up with unusual room service requests. And they can be anything from the weird call, like the caviar hot dog guy. I see you got hot dogs on your room service menu. Looks like you got caviar on the dinner menu. Can you just bring me a hot dog and put some caviar on it? Okay, that's that. And then there's the equivalent of a band's rider. You've heard the stories forever, right? Van Halen said no brown M&Ms or red or whatever.
Yeah, working in the radio industry, I've dealt with a few of those. They're pretty obnoxious. They'll send you on a 2 or 3 day hike up and down the city just to find whatever you want in their little rider. Man, everything. It's so hard to find all of it in one spot.
They're real. It's real. It's ridiculous. And bands that don't even have standing do it. We did like an old school classic rock show in Reno in the 90s with Boston and Kansas, and they thought they were the next best thing since sliced bread with what they were asking for. Seriously, take them to the buffet at the Pepper Mill. They should be happy. But it's real. But not only that, hotel guests will do it, and you don't even have to be like a Prime member or a Ritz-Carlton member. They'll just put, if you ever make your reservations online, the request box. You know how you almost never put anything there because you're a normal human being.
I put extra napkins, blankets, and pillows in there. I have to. I have to have my extra towels for sure.
You know what? That's smart because the first thing I do when I get to a hotel is call down for extra towels. So I should be doing that. At least it's a normal, reasonable, hey, can we get a few more of these kind of things?
Yeah.
Other people, the things they come up with. All right, so this was a room service request. They wanted, or was it ahead of time? It doesn't matter. They wanted their bathtub filled with Evian. Not that faucet water. And of course, you're paying for the Evian, but they don't want to have to open every bottle. And
how do you get it warm? Hopefully, it's like a self-heating jacuzzi, or you just going in lukewarm like a psycho.
Is it right? It's a room temperature Evian bath. Yeah.
Oh my God. What if they have like a pet or something they're bringing into that? Like, what if they're like, I gotta bring my alligator, and he only gets like fresh water. You can't live in tap water. It has to be Evian bottled water. I'm thinking like some bougie dude with like a leash with an alligator, bringing it in there, being like, he has to sit here too.
I forget what movie or show it might have been on, but I remember them saying that real superstars have to order or ask for one very weird thing, or you're not a real superstar. Like the big headliner is like, you got to do one thing that's weird, or they'll think they won't take you seriously. So I wonder if some of these crazy asks come from that.
Well, and keep in mind, the indication is with the hotels.com thing, this is regular people doing this.
Oh, okay.
And so, but it's a follow down to that idea though, of, well, if I'm going to live like a rock star, I got to act like a rock star. And the audacity of somebody saying, I need an Evian filled bathtub. Come on, dude. Somebody ordered down. Well, okay, this made the list. Enough people said that work at hotels said people will call room service and they'll specifically ask for burnt toast.
Ew. Yeah, some people are like that. Working in the restaurants industry, yeah, I've noticed that. A lot of people like their toast burnt, and it's gross. They love putting butter on it, and they like the char on the toast. No.
You have a carbon deficiency. That's a medical problem. Ew. Oh, here's one. Okay, so kind of sort of related to the bands and what Jeff was alluding to. Also, what a lot of people will do is they'll put a ridiculous request in their rider or their room service request ahead of time, so that they know you read it. So okay, so a little test. So like a lot of people reference that a lot of people ask for a high five from a team member upon arrival.
Okay.
So as you're checking into the Garden Inn, when dude gives you a high five, all right, they read the thing. We're good to go.
I don't want a high five from everybody. No. Maybe make them say something out of the ordinary. Make them say a phrase that just they shouldn't be saying. Mess them a little bit.
Maybe don't be an asshole. Maybe get an Airbnb if you want an Evian-filled bathtub.
But that's no fun. Man, I'm getting a bunch of good ideas next time. I'm pretty basic in that comment box when they're like, do you want anything additional? Now I want to get creative and see what they do. I mean, I didn't know you could request high fives.
How many balloons can you fit in my room?
Oh, yeah. We'll start small. We'll say, can I get the closet full of balloons blown up?
And that one's easy. That one's easy if you don't even want to go near. Like Kyle doesn't seem very self-conscious, but if you don't even want to go near it, it's nobody's business. Hey, my whatever, girlfriend, wife, whoever you're traveling with is having a birthday. Could you please make sure the closet is filled with a dozen blown up balloons? They're not even gonna think twice about that. That one's easy. It's when you and they'll do it like, oh, that's so sweet.
I'll probably get a card, maybe a bottle of free champagne if they're nice.
I dealt with these a little bit in LA, working with events a lot, but the one I didn't really get a lot of weird requests because the bands I was working with weren't like big headliners, I don't think. But the biggest thing that would get me is they would request a weird amount of tickets. You know, they would always be very difficult. They'd be like, oh, I need like 40 tickets for friends and family. I'm like,
that ain't happening.
That's a lot of money. Can they buy some tickets?
Right.
You know, and it's always like, what do you say to them? Like, you can get 5, you can get 10, and then they go and they ask for 8
It's my
more.
show.
Oh,
Yeah.
see?
Do you see the name?
Right.
That's my name.
I wonder if that will work if I'm staying at a hotel. Say I go to one that has a venue on it, like you can see concerts there. Wonder if you can ask in the special request, I'd like free concert tickets, please, if any are available. Be nice.
Just well, that one's easy actually. You call the concierge and you say, hey, I noticed you got a show playing tonight. What's the chance of getting me in? And then they'll let you know whether they can get you tickets or whether it's going to cost you a little something. That one's easy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. People
Learning new things.
underuse the concierge. Because it's a word that they can't pronounce. It's like sommelier. Like, I don't know what the concierge does. He's literally like your butt boy. Like, take advantage of them. That's what they're there to do. They are there to fulfill these requests. Oh, you need to get your dry cleaning. You need to get a limo. You need to go to a show. Oh, you need to book a helicopter ride because you didn't plan anything for this trip. No problem. I'll handle that. Oh, you need to get into a restaurant that's been booked up for 2 months. That's what they do. Now, it's going to cost you. And depending on where you play or you stay, rather, they have more in. I'm probably going to be more likely to get where I want to go if I'm staying at the Ritz-Carlton than you are if you're staying at the Daywood Suites. Yeah. It's just, that's just how it works.
You tip out the concierge ever when you stay at a nice place? So you go up to him with a weird request and you hand him a $100 bill, make sure he gets it done quicker?
Yeah, I mean, that's high.
Okay.
I mean, you're really getting it done if you're going right in at 100, but you should be prepared for things like that. Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
If you want to be a baller. Like that guy at the Day Inn Suites, he can probably get you a preferred tea time at the mini golf place.
Oh, the mini golf.
In the backyard. Okay, so Kyle, other things you might want to request next time you go to a hotel, fresh goat milk.
No.
None of that non-fresh, but fresh. You're not going to drink it.
You just request it for weird things?
And then you take a picture and you go on Insta and look at me. Look what I made them do. Exactly 4 pounds of bananas. And I'm not kidding. And
bring a scale.
No, you request 4 pounds of bananas and a scale to weigh them on.
Oh my Lord!
It's right here.
You got to make sure that it's accurate. You don't want 4.1 pounds.
You ask them to peel the bananas too, because you want just the raw banana. You don't need the peels adding extra weight. So I want unpeeled 4 pounds of unpeeled bananas.
Okay, you've covered it all, because if you just say 4 pounds peeled bananas, they're going to call you back or text you and go, wait a minute, is it like a quarter-pound burger? It's a quarter pound when we start cooking it, but it goes down in weight. Or do you want it to be 4 pounds after we peel them?
I want 4 pounds after they're peeled.
Specific.
Yeah, I don't want any peels with those bananas affecting the weight, because I'm not eating the peel.
No problem, sir. We'll get that done for you.
I love you, concierge. Here's some money. Boom.
They also asked the hotels.com people asked other hotel workers strangest belongings that were left behind. They kind of got narrowed down into a couple different categories, like that the idea of expensive stuff. How do you leave your hotel and leave behind your Rolex, which made the list? How do you leave behind your $30,000 Birkin bag, which is like the most popular handbag out there right now? They all made the list of things, like really expensive stuff. And even if you use the safe, like how do you, I guess you have so many.
You're in a hurry. Yeah, you're not thinking about it. It's small. It's on your wrist. You think it's in your bag, and you leave, and you go, "Oh wait, I can't find it." 2 days later,
I double check and triple check when I leave rooms, and I still surprise myself how much I forget. I mean, small things like chargers and stuff. I don't have anything worth of value that I will forget. But
yeah, that's the difference. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I've never left anything behind. I have. Right. It's the idea that we're leaving behind these things worth tens of thousands of dollars, which just seems to me like first on the list.
Yeah, usually it's like a toothbrush or my retainers or, God forbid, a credit card left behind on the table.
Yeah. The retainer sucks, too, because it's so personal. It's fitted to you. You can't just, we got to stop off at Target on the way. Other strange things that are left behind. One person, name not mentioned, but said a guest left behind a pet lizard, which was found and returned after the owner checked out.
You forget your lizard?
Probably got out.
The lizard's so important, though, that you brought it on vacation with you to stay at your hotel. And now you're just like, no, I don't know where the lizard is. I'm leaving.
Poor lizard. Jeez, what kind of lizard did it say it was? Like iguana or bearded dragon?
I think the parents were trying to get rid of that lizard.
Yeah, they're like, hurry, get him out of here. We'll leave it here and say we lost on vacation. Smelly little thing in the cage. I can't believe you even want to keep this animal. We're getting a cat.
See, I want more information because the lizard was found and returned after their owner checked out. See, okay, so what mistake did the owner make? So the guest, if you're trying to pull a Jeff, you're trying to leave behind the lizard because you're tired of it, which works great with children too. So you just leave them in the room, and you take your bags and you leave and you go. You don't check out. You don't have to check out. Hello, has none of you ever just left a room on a Sunday morning at 10:30? You just leave. You can do that. So because the minute you check out, you do the TV checkout, you get a flag, the housekeeping, go get that room done. See, that's how he was still able to be gotten a hold of for his pet lizard. He blew it.
Yep. He didn't strategize properly.
You got to strategize and think like an abandoner, because that's what you are. You're abandoning your lizard or your kid or whoever. Essentials that are left behind at hotels. Guests forgot, 2 full leg casts.
It was a miracle in that room, huh? They didn't need them anymore.
10% of hotels say that guests have left behind their dentures. Well, it's not quite a retainer, but same idea.
Close.
Sure.
And then random items that made the list include a rice cooker. What, you brought a rice cooker to a hotel with you? Okay.
Why not? Yeah. If you got a microwave in the hotel room, you can have a good dinner right there. Heat up whatever meat you have, chicken teriyaki, throw it on some rice you brought with your rice cooker. That's a little extra.
You're carting around a rice cooker in your luggage, I presume. Can't you ask the hotel? You're making all these other demands. Can I get an Evian-filled bathtub? I'm sorry, what? No, I don't need a rice cooker. I brought that. Other items include a car tire. Just a tire was left in the room. Yes.
That's interesting.
A blender was left behind. Not a hotel blender. They brought their own blender.
Yeah, you gotta make your smoothies in the morning.
Yes, and construction pipes, which is rather vague yet specific.
Yeah, well, construction workers gotta travel a lot. They would probably leave stuff behind sometimes.
Yes, I see that a lot.
Like
why
a
don't
tire.
they leave it in the truck or whatever, locked?
Oh, I don't know.
It's obviously not that valuable since they left it behind in the room.
Well, maybe he's trying to make a didgeridoo or something.
What?
America's RAD Cast. Only on the radnetwork.com.
If you go to AdvantageSteam.com, which you should, at the top of the page, you'll see the Services tab. Click on it, and you'll see that Advantage Steam does carpet and upholstery cleaning. They protect fabric and fiber. They clean and seal tile and grout. They polish natural stone. They clean rugs, especially those really nice ones from foreign countries. And they treat urine damage. And not just urine, but vomit and feces. No, Yuck. I assume if you need that service, you either have children or pets or you live in a frat house. But either way, they'll take care of you. Of course, Advantage Steam also applies microseal. And if you don't know what that is by now, then you just suck. Joel is the local small business owner of AdvantageSteam.com. He's a lifelong maggot, and he's treated, cleaned, protected, polished, and microsealed the homes of countless members of the RAD team over the years, various RAD studios, and of course, Williams Manor. And I hate admitting this, but he is a genuinely really great, nice guy. In fact, if you tell him I said that, you'll get 0% off all services. So go to AdvantageSteam.com. Click on Make an Appointment, enter in your available dates and any comments, like maybe type, Rob said you're a really great, nice guy. Please give me 0% off. And they will get you all set up. Just go to AdvantageSteam.com. That's AdvantageSteam.com. Longtime advertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years, and her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital, as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say.
Stop that. Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Berry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. Sue Berry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer, Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040, Barrett Financial Group, LLC, NMLS number 181106, Nevada 5091, Equal Housing Opportunity.
America's RADcast continues next, only on the radnetwork.com.
You can email us, radcast at theradnetwork.com. Jeff, you were chirping in my ear earlier this morning. We were getting things set up, and, you know, you're like my wife. It's like blah, blah, blah. I hear little things, reels, bands, I don't know. What I thought I'd give you a chance to explain whatever you're trying to explain to me, because you can tell my level of interest. What are all these emails we're getting from like bands and people associated with bands all of a sudden?
Sorry, it took me a second. Yeah, so we put out a flyer yesterday on social media saying, talking to musicians and bands and saying that if you guys are looking to get connected to some venues, we got a lot of venues in our partnerships right now that we're looking to help book for the summer, spring, summer, fall type of thing, because they're all kind of putting their lineups together right now from places that have, 15 to 30 outside patios, really nice places, little dining restaurants, or bigger 150, 200 spots, venue spots as well. So we've been getting some good emails this morning or yesterday and this morning, so I've been kind of looking through those gradually, and we'll be reaching out to people today, tomorrow.
Do we have any specific like guidelines to tell people, look, if this, then that sort of thing?
Yeah, we're just asking, give us a little information about your band, of course, other venues that you've played at before, and some kind of live example, the best one you can give. A lot of people can give YouTube links, stuff like that, just to give us an example of what kind of music you're playing, quality, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's important we do the live, because some people are pretty good at editing their bands in the studio, and then they come play live, and you're like, oh boy, what happened? That's not what I heard.
Right.
I've been there.
And we're not really looking to attach our names to Oh boy, in the bad way. So it's at the radnetwork.com. You can email us radcast at the radnetwork.com. We're doing some updates, and last week, like, I don't know, supplements, pills, health, all that crap came up, and we started talking about magnesium. As everybody tries to figure out, what should I be taking? What should I be supplementing with? Should I do any of this stuff? There's no medical research. Oh, wait, there is. Oh, there isn't. Oh, it's not backed by the FDA, USDA. We don't know, by the way, in the end. This is why you constantly get all of these studies endlessly about M&Ms and coffee and eggs, and then this supplement, this diet, that diet, because we're all trying to figure it out. The hot one right now, one of them is magnesium. A new study has found that a supplement form of magnesium bound to the amino acid glycine can reduce insomnia symptoms in healthy adults who report poor sleep. They always use those qualifying words. Well, it can, might not, but it can help, depending on if you have the same things going on as the people in our study. The finding gives magnesium's bedtime reputation more scientific footing, say some. They took a bunch of healthy adults, age 18 to 65. They tracked insomnia symptoms, and then they had them take 2 capsules before bed. They linked those nightly reports to the symptom scores, and Dr. Julius Schuster put out their report showing that magnesium modestly outperforms inactive placebos. In other words, it kind of helps. Maybe it calms you down. Maybe it helps you set your circadian rhythm levels a little bit. Maybe it takes some anxiety off. The capsules in the trial were taken 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. Guidance in terms of timing mattered less than consistency because minerals work through repeated intake rather than an instant sedative effect. This is where you get into the blah, 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 and it's the most important part. People hear, oh, I hear magnesium's good for sleep. And so they pop 2 magnesiums out of nowhere, and they don't understand why they're not tired an hour later. That's to build. And you have to have some natural magnesium in your system, too, so that the magnesium supplement can start to absorb into your body, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So what they're saying there at the end is, if you take it every day at the same time isn't necessarily as important as you got to take it every day. And it may not hit you in 30 minutes or 60 minutes, but if you take it every day, it'll build up. Your body will become accustomed to it, and it might give you it can give you a better baseline. And magnesium's all the rage right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's
I have bought onto this fad. My girlfriend turned me onto it a while ago. I was having trouble sleeping, and she was like, well, just take some magnesium. And I was like, oh, all right, let's try it. And we have a big bottle of it, and they're huge pills too. They're a good size. I take 2 of them for my big body, I guess. And I felt maybe it was a placebo effect, but maybe it wasn't, because like when you lay down in bed and it kicks in, I feel the blanket and the pillow feels that same way when you're super tired. You know how it's extra soft, extra comfortable? I was getting those feelings. Maybe my mind was in that state of mind, like, oh, it's helping. And it played tricks on me, or maybe it really works. I've only done it a handful of times.
This is the challenge with so many of these things is what effect is the placebo effect, where your brain is taking over and you psychosomatically believe, oh, I took this thing that somebody I trust told me would relax me, and now I'm really relaxed, when it isn't necessarily the actual pill. I've never noticed any change. I've been taking magnesium for months, not so much for sleep as for other effects that it has on the body. Mm-hmm. I've never noticed it having any type of drowsy effect. In fact, I didn't even know that's what it was for in some cases.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
so
it's
if you don't
drowsy, though. That's the thing, is like, you know, it feels better. I think it makes you feel more comfortable almost. I wouldn't say I was like drowsy. I wasn't like yawning and tired. I was just like, oh, this is nice. Mm-hmm. You know, yeah.
And if you can get that, then that's great. It's just... But you only take it as needed, quote.
Correct. Yeah. Only when I remember. If I'm like laying in bed and I'm staying up watching the TV hasn't turned off and I haven't looked away from it and fallen asleep yet, I'm like, oh, time to go grab a few magnesium pills and see if in an hour I knock out.
And this is my thing with these studies. It doesn't take into effect what we all talk about. Every body is different. Literally, your experience, Kyle, which is just your experience, but it is your experience, is the complete opposite of what they're reporting in this study. Well, you can't do what that guy does. You won't see the effects because our 155 patients that we did it with didn't see the effects. Well, right, proving that to really study that. What else is Kyle consuming compared to all the people that were in the study? What is he putting in his body? What's his work schedule like? What's his sleep schedule like? What was that day like? These studies that come out with these massive, we're not taking all this into account, variable effect are what drives people to on the fad, and then fad goes away, or you're told the fad was bad for you. If you want to get magnesium naturally, the foods that you would need to eat more of are pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, almonds, spinach, beans, and whole grains, all of which add magnesium without pushing supplement ceilings.
All right,
or
I'm good without
helping
the
your taste
beans.
buds.
I don't like beans unless they're baked beans with barbecue sauce and bacon. Other than that, no.
It's not a great list. It's not a who's who list of foods you crave.
Those chia seeds, you put those in smoothies, they get that soft outside texture. They're a little gooey. I like it, man. Oh, chia seeds and smoothies are bomb. That's how I'm getting my magnesium if I want it. Or I'll just take that
And
little
how
pill
many-
and sprinkle it in a smoothie.
How many of these do we need? Like, I can do a handful of pumpkin seeds every day, sure. But do I need a bowl? And then you get the chia seeds. Almonds, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Spinach, you gotta kind of force spinach into things.
Yeah, blue cheese and cranberries, a little balsamic vinaigrette on there with some other things in the salad I can't think of right now, but sounds good.
Right. And I just, look, again, important to whoever you are, that's great. I don't have the time to be planning my entire meal around magnesium. And what about the other things I'm supposed to be getting? Oh, okay, so I got my spinach for my magnesium. Okay, how am I going to get natural vitamin B, D, F, Q? It's exhausting.
You gotta take a vitamin.
Right? Just
For me, the THC with the CBN, those are the drinks that I use when I go to sleep.
What? Oh, the CBN in there? Yeah.
20 milligrams CBN. These drinks that I have, they do a really good job.
Oh.
so okay, so for the uninitiated, okay, so most people know THC. The how do we describe that to the layman? The active component of marijuana.
Sure.
Is that how we do that? And a lot of people know CBD. What are you
right.
talking about?
CBN. I mean, I guess I should find out a little bit more as far as actually what it does. I just know the name. I know that CBN it helps you go to sleep, but it also helps you stay asleep, which is kind of my thing, where I can fall asleep because I'm really tired, but I'll wake up in 3-4 hours and struggle maybe an hour to go back to sleep. So that CBN kind of helps you, stay asleep.
Yeah.
And they've been magical for me for about a couple years now.
Yeah, so if you go on Google and it gives you an AI overview, it says it's a mildly psychoactive, non-intoxicating cannabinoid. It's called the sleepy cannabinoid, which is widely marketed as a natural sedative for sleep and aid for pain relief as well.
Yeah. So, because it has the CBD in it too. Kyle has a computer at his desk now, so he got the skills now.
Yep.
Good. Well, somebody had to. I'm glad he did. Okay? So again, a lot of people they're like, well, wait a minute. I know I can get something. A lot of people don't delineate the difference. First, Bill Maher did a hysterical thing last week talking about how weed and hemp are not the same thing and should never be uttered in the same sentence, but most people do because they don't understand the difference between them. So people they get a little intimidated and stuff like that. So when you're talking about CBN, is this the kind of thing you have to go to a dispensary to get?
You would think so. Yeah, because it is a cannabinoid with the psychedelic properties, like Kyle said. So I would say you would. I mean, I know they have a lot of these CBD clinics, and you see a lot of signs. So I mean, maybe they're in there, but I haven't gone to like a just CBD place.
Yeah, okay,
and then
so it says CBN is not currently scheduled as a controlled substance in the United States, though it's often derived from hemp.
Well, and then the version though that Jeff's taking, it's irrelevant because you're taking it with THC, which you do have to get from.
And it says the risk says because it comes from a THC plant, CBN can also cause a positive result on a drug test.
So
they haven't extracted it without THC yet.
Take with caution.
Yeah.
And what about the other thing I hear from people when you start delving into anything? It can be THC, marijuana stuff, edibles. It can be prescription drugs. It can be magnesium. What's the other hot one that's finally going away for sleep? That's supposed to naturally melatonin. Oh, that stuff. That stuff in particular, like for me, the hangover effect. That's the one that a lot of people are like, I don't want to wake up feeling like I won't try anything on a weekday. Because at least on a weekend, I can wake up and I can feel like I've got the cobwebs and I don't have to do the show. Have you ever experienced anything like that? Is there a time, like for me, there's a timing mechanism on some of this. I got to take it 8 hours before I'm going to be awake, sort of thing.
Right. I mean, I think when consuming any edible, you need to kind of keep that time lapse in consideration because one, how long it takes to hit you. Don't do anything more in that time frame because they'll hit you double pretty much. And then don't if you know that you're gonna get cobweb type of feeling when you wake up, you have to take it before a certain time. Or melatonin used to do the same thing to me. It used to make me really tired in the morning.
I still haven't taken melatonin.
But for me, these CBN drinks, and I'm getting up at 3:45, 4 o'clock now. So, and I don't have any sleepiness or anything like that that I struggle with.
No, and I think, like you said, I think everybody should try these things in a controlled environment, whatever they are, including something prescribed by your doctor on a day where you can wake up feeling like crap because you just don't know. And the melatonin thing, I tried. I did all this stuff. Oh, you got to take it at this time every day. You got to do this. You got to do that. That stuff just killed me. And some people swear by it, but not. And that's why everybody should be trying this stuff for themselves individually. Next update. Okay, this kind of combines a whole bunch of updates, including Kyle's never-ending obsession with UFOs, UAPs.
Yes.
We've got these 13 missing people, most of them current or former military and or contractors working with the Defense Department, NASA, things that only you would know if you were knee-deep in the space program, or pilots and admirals who have seen things that they can't be explained. They've all disappeared. They're just missing. We don't know where they've gone. And then we send out Artemis 2 to the moon, but not to the moon. They just went around the moon.
Make sure there's no aliens on the backside right now. They're supposed to be away.
Or were they there for a secret meeting?
Oh, they probably were. God damn it.
Or were the astronauts not even Earthlings? Are they aliens that have been living amongst us, a la Men in Black, who got into this trip so they could go out to the moon and talk to their buddies and go, yeah, they're not ready to be taken over. Who knows? Who knows? Because there's so much. There's so much about this UFO stuff that's been coming more than ever in modern, Area 51, that's always been, but people are really pushing this thing. Presidents are commenting on it. So yesterday, President Trump invited the crew from the Artemis 2, the 4 astronauts, did the whole, it's like when you have a sports team over, you won the Super Bowl, great. Hey, you flew to the moon, great. And then these poor astronauts, who do genuinely seem to be like astronaut geek 101, right? They're like so into, we went to the moon. We didn't go to the moon. We went around the moon. It's the greatest thing ever. We left as best friends, and now we're family. I mean, they're like way into it. Cool.
Good for them. Good for them.
Yes. Completely good for them. Bad for them. They then had to stand there behind Trump for 45 minutes while he took questions from the press.
Oh.
Which, of course, are going to veer off, and they have to stand there, right? And they have to basically try as hard as they can to not show any emotion, no matter what he says about anything, because that's just being respectful, and that's got to be tough with Trump.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't think I could do it. I'd probably have quite the reaction. I mean, my face shows everything. It would be hard. I'd have to not think about what he's saying and not pay attention. I'd have to look at something on the wall and try to focus on that.
Well, just think of that
Keep a
DoorDash
straight
lady. That DoorDash lady, his face said it all. Like when she was really put in a really tough position.
Her face said it all?
Yeah, when he was asking her what
you
about
voted for me, right?
Yeah, right.
You voted for me, right?
Like, I didn't even vote. I can't use a pen.
What was it? He asked her position on trans boys competing against trans girls.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have.
Right.
Oh, you don't have an opinion. Oh, okay.
She said that she's there for cash, for tips, or tips on cash, right? But her face is just like, what am I supposed to say to this? And probably my face probably would say do the same thing.
So, and it doesn't matter either. Like last week, I think it was, Trump was signing this big deal, fast track thing for psychedelics, which are making this extraordinary progress, particularly with, and this is how they framed it, PTSD patients, little micro dosing of various things. Can we stop? Basically, the idea is, can we stop with the stigma that all drugs are bad, okay, and fast track the research? And one of the guys standing right behind him was Joe Rogan, who's been pushing for this for a couple years. And he's standing there, and Trump does his thing, and he signs it, and then Trump starts taking questions. And the questions veer way off. Before we know it, we're talking about Iran and the Federal Reserve. And I don't remember what the topic was, but Rogan is like Kyle. Rogan, he's trying to not show expression. Rogan's there because he agrees with Trump on this. But Rogan's all over the place. And I remember Trump was asked something that Rogan completely disagrees with, and you could tell Rogan's like, I want to ground and pound you right now. You just see
Poor Rogan. I saw him there. I saw a clip of it though. I didn't get to see the full thing happen.
Was it because the UFC is going to the White House? Was it because of that?
No, he's promoting the psychedelic research.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. It's a Rogan thing. He's way into it, and that's why he was there. The UFC is going to the White House. Right. Different.
Joe Rogan wants to eat mushrooms and do DMT legally.
Most people do.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
So yesterday, Trump has the Artemis 2 crew on, and pretty soon the questions turn. And one of the questions was the reporter started to press Trump on when Americans might finally see the highly anticipated government records about UFOs and UAPs.
Yes.
Trump said, quote, "I think we'll be releasing as much as we can in the near future. For some reason, and I guess it's just a reason, it's been in the minds of people for a long time. They want to find out about the UFOs and anything having to do with UFOs." And you could see the astronauts are like looking at each other. I don't know what they know. I don't know what we're supposed
They're
to
like,
glean.
we're not supposed to say anything. We said if we said anything, we die. Is this a setup? Are they going to kill
Doing
us?
the side-eye. Right. They're like, Secret Service going to come get us? There was a few little Snickers or something that looked like at various times. I don't know. Either way, Trump did remember Kyle had his little Artemis 2 theory. All those conspiracy theories I mentioned. Are they going to meet the aliens? Are the aliens forcing them up there? What is this all? Trump first announced the planned disclosure of all the UFO information we had back in February. Months later, Americans have yet to see a single document or video from the promised release, fueling growing curiosity and conspiracy theories about what the files may reveal. In fact, Trump has gone quiet about his plans to release the government files until yesterday when he was pressed on it, related to UFOs and extraterrestrial life. But the war with Iran began shortly after he announced the release in February.
Oh, distraction.
It wasn't about the Epstein files. He wanted you to think he was distracting us from the Epstein files. He's distracting from the UFOs.
Aliens.
Let's go with that.
Either way, we can't tell if anything's going on. It's all a distraction.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything truly is a distraction. There's nothing normal. Nothing just is happening like the way it should. Trump went on to say about the UFO report, quote, "I think it's going to be interesting to some people. I have interviewed people. My first term, primarily, I interviewed some pilots, very solid people, and they said they saw things you wouldn't believe," end quote. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's everything we know. It's a nothing burger.
Right.
I'm disappointed.
Or he's just speaking in such. It's gonna be like the Epstein files. Everything's redacted.
No.
All the good stuff.
Yeah.
Big black line.
Ah.
Yeah, but they misredacted like half of that. Like, didn't they say like they
True.
were able to take off a lot of the black lines like in Microsoft Word?
Oh,
Like
really?
Yeah, they made mistakes and they were able to open them, just like take the black line out of it.
That's
And they could
awesome. I
read
had
it.
no idea that was a thing. You know what? I don't see why the aliens just don't come out to the public. I don't know. Would they really have like a deal? That's the only thing that like gets me. It's like, why aren't
I
they
don't think
showing them themselves? Like, what's going on? I get why we would have to keep it a secret, but what's up with the aliens?
Well, this is like the soapbox we were talking about yesterday, the 10. This is a great conversation to bring up because you're literally making stuff up. None of us know. You say, Kyle, do they really have a deal? And I say no. Like, I know. I don't know. I'm just saying that's my opinion. First of all, nobody knows for sure that aliens or other life forms exist. A lot of us are like, it can't just be us. But nobody knows. We just don't know. And we always forget that we think humans are the top of the food chain, the top of the intellectual chain, that we know the most there is to know. And we forget, well, what if there's a human-like race that's been around for millennials ahead of us that know a hell of a lot more than we do? Okay, let's pretend there's aliens. Kyle understands why we might not want to tell the people of the Earth. Remember, it's Earth, not America. It's a whole planet of people. You tell 8 billion people there's other life forms. Yeah, our leaders, quote, quote, and whoever else, they might think, that's going to cause some panic. We're not as important as elected officials, etc. Kyle's question is, why don't the aliens say something? Well, maybe they're so evolved that you wouldn't understand their answer.
Yeah.
They'd be like, there's a reason. We can't explain it to you because you're too stupid. You have not evolved.
See, I wouldn't say anything because, I mean, the people would react a certain way. I mean, if I came on right now and had the ability to prove that I was an alien, I would be like, people want to dissect me, people want to capture me, and my life would be over as I know it. So I don't know if I would say anything.
What if because you're so advanced, you're completely impervious to everything we have?
That would be
There's
great.
nothing we can do to hurt you.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nice.
Our bullets don't work. Our hands don't. Nothing hurts you. So you're like, I'm invincible. You might not come forward because you're trying to live within the society to let other aliens know whether or not we're worth a crap. That's always been one of the theories out there. Are other life forms visiting Earth going, oh, they took a really bad turn there, and they've never evolved beyond that? Or are they trying to make us better?
Yeah. Maybe we're like dogs for them. They come and pick the good ones. They're like, oh, look, this one's potty trained. This one sits on command. Let's get this one. But the one that lives in the junkyard, you're getting left behind.
That makes sense. We're left with all the dregs that we're all living with. The aliens took all the good ones. Next update. Jesus, we got off on, I don't know, laundry, and then chores, and then how you shower, and now the showering thing's back online. The internet is debating which way you should face while you're showering, thanks to, of course, a viral TikTok which suggested the natural way to shower is to face towards the shower head.
You're a psycho if you face one way in the shower. You have to spin around and get your body from all angles. I do like a little ballerina dance, I feel like. Not really. It's in slow motion. You walk in face first. You get your arms still kind of face first. Then you go side to side, get your armpits done. Oopsie, just like that. And then you switch and do your other side. Oh, and then you bend down and get your legs. And then you have to spin around and get your other side. There's no standing one way. You can't just stand face first in the shower the whole time.
No, I mean, look, minus that very, very, very detailed visual that you gave us, let's everybody take a moment to consider how much of a psycho do you think you have on your hands if the first time you see them shower, all they do is stand in the same position?
Yeah, I'm
That's
worried.
Weird. Whether you're consciously moving around for all the reasons that Kyle said, which are basically correct, we think, or you're just moving because you're not thinking about it, but it's less psychotic. That is whack. It's like people that are happy all the time. They should be institutionalized immediately. There's no such thing. They're faking it. They've got dead bodies somewhere. Same thing. What number 2 way you can tell somebody is a psycho? Number 1 is they're happy all the time. Number 2, they face one way in the shower and they never move.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Concerning. I mean, how do you get out and turn around and grab the towel? They just face the shower curtain the same way and get out?
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Facing forward too much. By the way, the experts chimed in.
Oh,
never mind TikTok.
Oh, experts. How do you become an expert in this?
Dermatology.
Oh, okay. Your skin doctor. All right, fine.
Facing forward too much can dry out your skin, especially your face, and irritate your eyes. Facing away too much might mean you're not washing all the products and soaps from your face and chest, which can lead to irritation. Basically, what Kyle described. You move around so that everything hits all of the parts of your body. That's the point of the damn shower.
Yeah.
Also, one doctor said there might be a psychological reason why people have preferences, either conscious or subconscious. You still need to move around. But he made the point that since your face is one of the most sensitive parts of the body, packed with nerve endings, direct water hitting your face will stimulate or overstimulate you, which is the reason a lot of people take showers first thing in the morning or fresh off a nap. Oh, I got to wake up. And you want it more.
Yep, yeah, I do that.
In the face. Now, you might not be thinking, I'm going to put my face in the shower so it'll stimulate me. It's just a given. You just know it. Whereas facing away can feel more calming and controlled. It reduces sensory input. It gives a sense of relaxation, which is why many people subconsciously turn their back when they want to unwind. So it's late at night.
Yep.
It's your before bedtime thing. Stressful day. That clicks for me. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's where you just stand there and your back's to the water and your arms are crossed and your head's up and you're going, why, God? Why did you do this to me? For example. And the waters, that seems right. I don't think if I'm trying to relax and unwind that I want it blasting on my face.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. If I catch myself in the shower just turning it up a little hotter, and then I turn my back towards it, and it just hits my shoulder and back of my neck, and then I catch myself rubbing on my neck right here where it's a little sore, and then I'm doing that for like 10 minutes maybe. But that's
just
nighttime
rubbing
shower.
Yeah. I mean, that whatever it is, whether you're rubbing or just standing there, that shower zoning out thing is so weird, where you suddenly catch yourself and go, I think I've been in here like longer than a sitcom.
I was in my mind and I was in Vietnam. Now I'm back.
America's RAD Cast, only on the radnetwork.com.
Longtime maggots will remember Greg from MAP. MAP, as in Maximum Athletic Performance, which guides you to better output through better ingredients, also known as nutrition. Greg has been on the RAD Show many times and will be again, as he simplifies nutrition and helps us all understand what actually works when it comes to fueling our bodies, almost all of which can be found at maptrition.com. Every product is formulated with clinical precision and backed by science and purpose, and maptrition.com has something for every fitness level, even those of us who barely have a fitness level. With nearly 20 years as a nutritionist and a specialization in sports nutrition, Greg works with athletes and everyday individuals to optimize performance, energy, and overall health through smarter fueling strategies, all of which starts at maptrition.com. At the very least, we should all be taking daily multivitamins, and Greg has his formulated for exactly what a man or woman's body needs. Protein is in, but maybe instead of getting yours from mac and cheese with extra protein, you get it from maptrition.com. And of course, all things workout, training, and exercise are available as well. From pre-workout to creatine and other muscle builders to recovery supplements and more, all at maptrition.com. From morning breakfast essentials to post-workout recovery and everything in between, maptrition.com's full range of supplements, proteins, and wellness products are built to power your journey from start to finish. Check out all the products and find what's right for you and order it shipped to you all at maptrition.com. That's maptrition.com. Longtime advertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years, and her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital, as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say.
Stop that. Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Berry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. Sue Berry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer, Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040, Barrett Financial Group, LLC, NMLS number 181106, Nevada 5091, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Remember, a real patriot is someone who gets a parking ticket and rejoices that the system works. What? This is America's RAD Cast on the radnetwork.com.
Got this email, radcast at the radnetwork.com. It's from Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
We're talking about supplements and health and what is or isn't good for you, and new studies and how they change all the time. One of the hot ones right now is magnesium. Does it help you to sleep? Does it help you to relax? When should you take it? How much should you take it? Which kind should you take, etc.? A new study came out today we were talking about, and Kelly says, I've been taking magnesium daily for 3 years now, but like Rob, I don't take it for sleep. I take it to reduce muscle spasms in my right upper thigh caused by a lower back injury. That's what it was. When I had the bulging disc at the base of my spine, that's why we added in magnesium. I've never noticed. I was taking it in the morning, still am actually. I never noticed this sedation effect. Kelly says I can sleep most of the time, keeps me from taking heavy narcotics that my doctors gave me, but it doesn't always help me sleep, and sometimes it can increase my insomnia. See that, and that's not just magnesium. That can be anything. Yeah. Prescription drugs that are supposed to sedate you or calm you, and they do until one day they don't, and you don't know what it is. You try to think, did I have extra caffeine? Do I got something going on in my brain? Sometimes your body just breaks through it. It's as much as it's supposed to be a science, it's not. It's not a science. And like those THC drinks that now, Jeff, you were talking about THC with CBN, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so THC drinks, the seltzers, that's all I can use to kind of relax and unwind. And I do it's like 10 milligrams of THC. Right. That's enough because I'm a lightweight. Is that normal?
Yeah, that's normal. It's a good.
It's a good dose.
Yeah, that's a standard dose. Like I take 20, and 20 is like a good time, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
If you take a big swig.
So like. Yeah, 2 cans. So like each can is 10 milligrams of THC. The second can is like a Friday or Saturday night for that exact reason. It's a good time, and I don't have to worry because I do get the hangover effect.
Yeah. Really?
If I like if I were on a weekday to be drinking a THC seltzer at 9, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're feeling that
3:30.
definitely 6 hours later. You're waking up at 3 or 4. You're still gonna be a little stoned. Oh boy. Yeah.
But to Kelly's point, so usually if I have a THC seltzer, I know an hour from when I start, if I drink it at my normal rate, I'm gonna feel really nice, just kind of like, okay, I'm calm. Yep, I'm gonna be able to fall asleep in my own volition. And then, like Kelly said, out of nowhere, one day last week, I drank one and I felt like I could move furniture. I don't know where that came from. I tried to figure out what did I do differently. What is it, a timing thing? Did I take anything? Sometimes it just happens.
I've noticed sometimes I get little bursts of adrenaline. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes when I'm sleeping or I'm trying to fall asleep, I'll get a burst where I feel nervous almost, and I feel that same rush. I'm like, oh, I think my body just said, no, you need to stay awake. I'm giving you a little adrenaline boost really quick, and those are annoying. I don't like them at all.
Yeah,
right. And you're supposed to listen to your brain. Your brain is telling you something. And what I'm telling my brain is, you're annoying me. I'm sorry that I have something that you need me to work on. I would like to sleep so that I could work on it better tomorrow.
Right.
I think for me, it's always been too. I mean, like the drinks or the Advil PM, whatever you take, whatever you're taking to try to help yourself sleep. I always feel like just getting in a proper routine is going to be like the best thing to help you sleep. Shutting down at a certain time, finishing my work by 8 p.m. no later, because my brain will keep me up another couple hours. And then you go, oh, I need to catch some sleep, so I'm going to take a little bit more of my drink maybe because I want to get knocked out faster. But then it hits you an hour later, and then you watch Hulk Hogan's documentary on Netflix for 4 series in a row. That's what happens.
Oh, wait, how is that?
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it.
Okay. It's getting mixed reviews, but most people they seem to go on the side of the positive.
I can see why it has some mixed reviews, especially the way they're trying to position it. They're like, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? He did this, he did that, and I don't know. If you're a wrestling fan or if you're a Hulk Hogan fan, I think it's a pretty good documentary.
That tracks, because the complaint that I'm hearing is it's too much hero worship. It's too much pro Hulk Hogan.
A little bit of that. And I think, you can understand that a little bit if you grew up during Hulkamania, which I was a little older. I was a little young. I didn't really get to experience it. I had older cousins and stuff. So you can kind of get how famous he was for 4 or 5 years. And they go into a little bit about how he wanted to retire, but he was just the only big draw for so long. So they just kept him going. And it took him, Hulkamania was 10, 12, 15 years.
You're the prize pony. You're going to perform.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they said.
That's new on Netflix. But yeah, that whole thing. And who knows what's going on there, right? What is your mind telling you? I need the distraction of watching this Hulk Hogan thing because of all the crap you've been thinking of? Or is it telling you to do something else and you're making the wrong decision? This is the stuff we don't know. But I do agree with you entirely, Jeff. I think in general, something people should embrace better is the routine. People are like dogs. We need structure. Just whatever. And the structure can vary. All right, my lab, Sarge, he's used to being fed around 4 a.m. and 4 p.m. 5 days a week. He adjusts on the weekends to 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. He doesn't wake me up at 4:01 licking my face because he understands. Little things that alter it are fine. But if you can get into, like Jeff said, whatever your work day is, you set a time. At this point, I'm done working. I have to be. Now, there's going to be exceptions. There's going to be where you have to say to yourself or your significant other, not tonight. I got to work. But mostly, at this time, I'm done. And this is dinner-ish time. And this is wind down time. Oh, and here's when I'm going to take my whatever time. Because your body builds around everything we ever hear, right? Whether it's opiates or melatonin or magnesium, your body becomes accustomed to every day at this time, around this time, I should be absorbing this. Where is it? And if you screw that up, that's where you can wind up binge watching Hulk Hogan, or sometimes it has nothing to do with that.
That's my problem, man. I'm not in a good routine. Like, I get in a routine for 3 days, and then it's getting all screwed up again because here I go, closing the bar, and then all of a sudden my sleep cycle's off. Oh, that's what's wrong with me.
That's harder. I mean, and I always say to other people I've talked to about my routine or how it's helped me is that you have to protect your routine. It's not easy. Like Rob was saying, you have to say to your significant other, I can't go out tonight, or your friends who want to start at 10 p.m.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to be asleep by 9:30.
Oh, and then they're all mad at you too. Oh, yeah, that's fun to deal with as well.
I told my friends once that I turned into a pumpkin at 9:30, and now they just call me Cinderella. So take that back.
Yeah, it is really hard when you're in Kyle's situation right now, which is temporary, but you're doing tons of this broadcasting stuff and the bartending stuff. I always think of my cop friends who work like graveyard 3 nights a week, and then they're trying to be normal 4 days a week, or vice versa. There's so many those type of things. That's the high degree of difficulty. When it's one thing to adjust to. I'm getting up every morning at 3 a.m. We can all do that. I know it sounds awful, but you can do it. When your body's like, okay, so we're getting up at 3 a.m. this day and this day, but then we're going to sleep until 8 a.m. Oh, wait, and then we're working until 2 a.m. Your body doesn't know what you're doing. And
Nope, it sure doesn't. No, I wonder why I was snapping on people at the bar.
Are you still cranky? You're still cranky?
After the vacation, not so much. I've had a few. I only worked Monday night in the bar, and I've had the last 2 days off. So tonight I go close the bar. And what I don't like is when the customers, I have a few of them that just like to hang out, and we close, thank God, it's like a restaurant too, so we close at 10 on the weekdays. But man, I'm still not home till like 11:30. And they want to camp there the whole time. They get all pissed off every time. I'm like, hey, last call, we need to go. Oh, come on, you're a bar, you need to stay open. And they think you're your friends, and you got to kick them out, and then you look like a jerk, and then they don't like you as much anymore. Here we are, being hated.
It is hard to be everyone's best friend.
No, yeah, it's not fun.
No, the only person that suffers when you're everybody's best friend is you. That's for sure. Another update. We told you about a month ago-ish. Remember Shannon Elizabeth, most famous for playing Nadia in American Pie?
Yes.
Was heading over to OnlyFans. And the big question was, what's she going to be doing? What exactly is this? She said at the time she wanted more control over her career after years in Hollywood. In her bio on OnlyFans, she says that subscribers will see, quote, the side of me that doesn't make it into movies. More playful, spontaneous, and completely unscripted, end quote.
Oh.
And Kyle said when we were talking about this, or maybe it was Jeff, but one of you said, would you talk about how much money she's going to make in one day just by everybody talking about it? Because and I went there and I talked about it a little bit. Everything that might be provocative is behind the paywall. You can go there for free, and you see the picture of her with, her little shoulder is exposed, and she says, "Oh, this is the start to something," and then you have to click the $sign for $20 if you want to see what it is. Well, apparently it's nothing. The page,
you get tricked.
Well, it includes behind the scenes and candid moments, conversation, exclusive photos and videos, but there's no indication that any of it's even R-rated, let alone X. I don't even know it's PG-13. Those are just the reports.
Semi-nude. That's such a tease.
I would. It doesn't surprise me. I kind of thought that. I was like 80% sure that that's what it was going to be.
I'm gonna check right now.
You gotta pay though. You're gonna pay.
Yeah, just to see her in her like probably like pajamas or like something or short shorts.
Behind the scenes moments, exclusive photos and videos, candid glimpses of my life, chatting with me directly, but it doesn't say that she goes full nude.
No, and that's the thing. I mean, like I said, I went to it. I went to the free side of it, and the pictures that she does post are not provocative, but her captions are. I'm like, I'm not paying $12, $20, whatever, to see what's behind this thing. Doesn't matter, because according to Creators Inc. CEO Andy Bachman, that is Elizabeth's manager, the actress earned $1.2 million in her first week on OnlyFans.
Whoa, good for her. Damn, she didn't even have to flash her titties. That's interesting. You know, it's funny. Actually, I'm logged in. She has a little green icon, so if you guys want to go talk to her, she's online right now.
See, she's working it.
1.2
or her assistant is. Who knows?
Right? Would be smart.
I don't know. How does OnlyFans? Honestly, I'm not being funny. I don't know how OnlyFans works. Do you talk face to face, or is it all?
I'm not sure. I've never downloaded the app. I can't even log in. I'm just seeing the Google aspect of it. I know that you can read a description on it, just because we've done this before, where we check it out. But I have yet to download it. I had a friend one time show me somebody that was local in our friends group who had one time, but he had it. I did not.
The number's pretty outrageous as far as the amount of people who are actually on OnlyFans. It's a very, very surprising number. I mean, it's a lot more females than males, but it's like something I heard it was like 65% of a lot of people from like 20 to 30 has some version of OnlyFans, making a little bit more.
You know what it is too now? It's like pot, and that's what we called it, was in the 90s, in the early 90s, where you would be friends. I mean, this is going to sound so ridiculous to anyone under 40, but this was the mentality. Again, in the 90s, we were making stuff up to be upset over. And marijuana still had a stigma. Early 90s, you would be around corporate executives, people in suits and ties, etc. You'd hang out with them. You'd go to meetings. And only eventually when they were super comfortable would even come up. And it turns out they were the biggest potheads of them all. They wouldn't talk about it because of the stigma. And then you get into issues of employment and all that. And this is what OnlyFans is now. It's like 70% or whatever of us are on it. Nobody wants, but OnlyFans has this, even though other stuff happens on OnlyFans besides porn, they're like, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say that I'm on there. I've ever been on
when
there.
you meet people, they say they have an OnlyFans. You're like, ooh, you're edgy. Ooh, they're like people with tons of tattoos. And like you said in the '90s, someone who probably smoked pot. Oh boy, you're a little on the dangerous side.
We get a lot of people who are a lot more open now, surprisingly, because me and Kyle have been out a couple times, and we've had bartenders who are like, "Yep, I have an OnlyFans." Like, oh, they're trying to draw up business.
Yeah.
It's changing. I mean, we'll look at the difference between what I described with marijuana and where we are now.
Right.
It took a little longer, but everything's faster now, and OnlyFans is becoming more and more. I mean, Christ, it was what, 10 years ago? You couldn't even admit you were on Tinder. Oh my God! Oh, one night stands. Oh, gross STDs. No, it's like, can you get over it? It's just big deal. That's how people are meeting, and all this stuff. We kind of break down those walls, but it is still odd, though. It's great that people are being so open. Oh yeah, I'm on OnlyFans, but Kyle's right. A lot of people hear that and go, really? What's going on there?
Yeah.
What
Not
do you
quite
do?
trustworthy. I don't know if I'd let you stay at my house and house sit.
No. And if I go to your OnlyFans page and it looks like you're just selling Tupperware, I don't believe it. I believe behind the paywall, you're putting your schlong into the Tupperware before you then mail it out and sell it to somebody. Because it's OnlyFans. I know that's not true, but that's what I believe.
You can
that's
make money
what we
doing
want to
that?
believe.
Tupperware, huh?
You make money doing everything. You clowns, you jerks. You roped me into this fetish kink thing a couple weeks ago. We started with feet and then we went to balloons.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting these articles from Psychology Today, the 45 most common and most unusual fetishes and kinks. I'm like, oh my God. People are really like sexually aroused by this. Like, it's not just like vomit. Okay, vomit. I saw this story the other day. It's not just like, okay, I'm going to power through it, right? She threw up. Big deal. We're still going to have sex. That's standard. But like people that are turned on by it,
Right.
like they want puke involved.
No.
And they get aroused.
Oh,
Never
it's
mind how
smelly.
unsanitary. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
No. And this is all your fault for bringing this up. And
Oh,
then I
my
get these
fault.
stories.
You're
Yes,
the one who
both
picks
of
the
you.
topics. It's my fault.
Both of you.
I'm gonna
No,
say
it's both
Kyle.
of you.
See, that's what you do.
I'm gonna blame it on Kyle too.
You brought up, Kyle. I think you brought up the feet thing. I think.
No, it got brought up as the most common, and I said yes, I could relate to it.
Okay. However, but then off the air, it devolved into the balloon thing, which had Jeff all verklempt, and so Jeff had to just get in and start being all judgy with you about the balloons until he wasn't, and then he is.
That's fine.
And so I'm getting all of the emails and the browser pop-ups of, oh, interested in kinks and fetishes, because I do all my research on my laptop. I'm like, yeah, actually I am. I will click on that. It doesn't really matter about the show, sure.
America's RAD Cast. Only on the radnetwork.com.
If you go to AdvantageSteam.com, which you should, at the top of the page, you'll see the Services tab. Click on it, and you'll see that Advantage Steam does carpet and upholstery cleaning. They protect fabric and fiber. They clean and seal tile and grout. They polish natural stone. They clean rugs, especially those really nice ones from foreign countries. And they treat urine damage. And not just urine, but vomit and feces. No. Yuck. I assume if you need that service, you either have children or pets or you live in a frat house. But either way, they'll take care of you. Of course, Advantage Steam also applies microseal. And if you don't know what that is by now, then you just suck. Joel is the local small business owner of AdvantageSteam.com. He's a lifelong maggot, and he's treated, cleaned, protected, polished, and microsealed the homes of countless members of the RAD team over the years, various RAD studios, and of course, Williams Manor. And I hate admitting this, but he is a genuinely really great, nice guy. In fact, if you tell him I said that, you'll get 0% off all services. So go to AdvantageSteam.com. Click on Make an Appointment, enter in your available dates and any comments, like maybe type, Rob said you're a really great, nice guy. Please give me 0% off. And they will get you all set up. Just go to AdvantageSteam.com. That's AdvantageSteam.com. Longtime advertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years. And her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital, as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say.
Stop that. Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Berry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. Sue Berry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer. Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040. Barrett Financial Group, LLC. NMLS number 181106. Nevada 5091. Equal housing opportunity.
This is America's RAD Cast. What does RAD stand for? Who cares? What does Nike stand for, wise guy? Just enjoy the show, will ya? Call the show anytime at 888-587-5355 or email radcast@theradnetwork.com.
Why are we fighting over Pluto? Why does everybody have to have a cause? So Pluto's back in the news. We want it to be a planet again. I don't know.
A planet
Dwarf star,
again. It's a
Pluto,
dwarf planet. They took it away from me when I was in school. They're going to give it back?
Yeah, like they declassified it. What are we afraid we hurt Pluto's feelings because we made it a dwarf star? Or I don't know. Anyways, I'll see if the story's worth talking about. Right now we have food news.
Food brings the people together, both in good times and in bad weather. Sharing a meal, sharing a laugh, raise a glass. It's a simple pleasure we all have. Food, oh glorious food, it nourishes my soul and mood. We're now serving food news.
Food news is news about food. It is Thursday. That means we have a new food factor today, which we'll talk about in a moment. Yesterday we talked about Tuesdays, and Tuesday we talked about it too. Kyle dove down the caviar road.
Yes. Oh, it was such a fun road to go down, man. I'm a huge fan of caviar. I can't wait to just explore it a little more. It's a little pricey, but it's pretty damn good.
You can see that at the radnetwork.com. New episodes drop every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m., and they live there forever. Part of the setup for that was another list of foods that people pretend to like to seem healthy, hip, or contrarian. This is similar to one we did earlier. Caviar made that list. Remember also gold flakes? It was a different list, but it was the same idea. Things that don't live up when you try them. And it's stupid. Gold flakes are. I don't know why you pretend to like them. It has to be the. Oh, I'm trying to appear rich.
Yeah, that's what you like about it. You like to look like you're better than other people, or that you have, more money or something like that.
Yeah, and I guess you can get on the gram with it. It's all. There's no taste to it at all.
This is like a very common hipster thing, I feel like, or like the early 30s to to 40s. Like a lot of couples that want to like invite me out, want to take me to like these bougie places and act like they know every single menu like item, and it's not very impressive to me.
Ooh, the gold flakes would be fun if you got to throw up afterwards. Look at that. It's worth something.
You can make that happen. See, I'm not a fan of people that say, "Oh, I'm going to take you to this bougie place and tell you all the great things about it." But it's not. That's bad. I don't want to be around those people. But the idea of the gold flakes, like it's one thing. Oh, you want me to try foie gras? Well, at least that's a thing. Gold flake. Ugh. Yeah. So that should be on the list. We pretend to like it for some reason. Health, hip, contrarian, wealthy, whatever. Caviar. Food flake or gold flakes, raw oysters. We talked about that one. Oh
man, those are so good though if you get them right.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I take issue with the premise here. Are people pretending to like oysters? Because they're a pretty polarizing thing. Yeah, you either are like Kyle and me. We're like we love them, or people are like disgusting. It's like swallowing a whale's load.
Okay. You know what? I went out to a restaurant with one of my uncles, and we were ordering the appetizer, and we got the seafood tower. I'm like, hey, you want oysters on that? Will you eat raw oysters? Like, yeah, I love oysters. And they came with like 6. He ate 1, and I ate the other 5. And I was like, what's up? You gonna eat? Because I was nice. I ate 2 of them, and then I left the other 3 thinking he was gonna pick at them more. And I was like, you gonna eat those? And he was like, no, they're not really my thing. I'm like, you just told me you loved them. What the hell is going on, bro?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't have gotten them had you not liked them.
Yeah, he screwed that up then. Yeah, because then say they're not my thing after saying you like them. I mean, because like if you do like a seafood platter or tower, there's always a loss leader. There's always something that each person is like, I don't need as much of that. But that's not what he was doing. He's like, oh yeah, I love them. Oh, they're not my thing. What?
Yeah. I was like,
are you bipolar?
Maybe he didn't know what they were.
Yeah, maybe he thought they were cooked. Who knew? They came out raw with the nice red wine vinaigrette with the scallions inside. Oh,
sounds delicious.
It was really good. I was glad I actually got to eat all of them.
Yeah, he ate 5. They had to be good.
Yeah, well, he ate 1, so I got to eat the other 5. Yeah, so I was pretty happy when he was like, no, they're not really my thing. I'm like, thank God, I'm gonna kill these.
The number one thing on the list of foods that other people pretend to like, either for health or social media or to be hip or whatever. So you remember for a while that I guess it's still around, but we really went through that craze of shoving everything we could into Bloody Marys, right? It wasn't just bacon and celery. And pretty soon it's a lobster tail and a hamburger and
grilled cheese.
Yes, just okay. So the number one thing on this year's list are those giant milkshakes with absurd toppings, like a slice of cake, a jumbo swirly lollipop, candy, sprinkle, fairy floss. I didn't even know that was bothering
your milkshake's going to melt by the time you're done eating all the other toppings. Yeah, I saw a little bit of this fad, and it's not my thing. If I'm getting a milkshake, I just want a little whipped cream on top, and that's it. I want to get straight to the milkshake, and I don't want it to be super hard where I can't suck it through a straw either. It's got to be a good consistency.
Very true. Yep, I can't eat that many sweets. Too much sugar. It's definitely like something that drives me away. So a big old piece of cake on the top of my milkshake isn't gonna. It's gonna be like a 2-person meal, and to find someone to split with.
Now, can you not eat too many sweets because you genuinely feel the effect, or are you being one of these people?
No,
no.
I
can't.
I can't. Like I'll definitely feel the effect. So like a milk, like I get a milkshake, and they give you like the rest of the milkshake in the tin that you get. Like I almost can't eat the rest of the milkshake because it's too much sugar.
I know what Jeff's talking about. I got sugar fatigue yesterday because I was waiting for my steak to marinate that I was eating because I got the barbecue out, and I was at the grocery store and I got the M&M Nestle cookie dough, and I ate half of it while I was waiting for my steak to marinate. I felt so gross for a minute. I was like, oh no, too much sugar, too much sugar.
And then you felt better. Like, a minute. I can do a minute of sorrow.
Yeah, I did, yeah. The steak helped.
Today's food factor, we were talking about yesterday, one of the big things this summer are s'mores and the reemergence of the smoyster, which is the aforementioned oyster, but you turn it into a s'more. And Kyle, you did one traditionally like the restaurant is doing in South Carolina that's blowing up. I did double check. I forget the name of it, but it's South Carolina. They did it last year. They brought it back. People are going nuts for it. You know others are going to do it. And then you also did your own version as well. Basically, dessert oysters is what these are.
Yeah. Yep. I did that strawberry Pop-Tart peep. Because it's a marshmallow.
Instead of the marshmallow.
I did one with, I got 2 oysters. I got 2 barbecue oysters. And one got the marshmallow peep version with the strawberry Pop-Tart flavor, and the other one got the OG, just traditional marshmallow.
That's today's Food Factor, available at 10 a.m. at theradnetwork.com. Next up in food news, thank God, yes, this is food related. I'm so glad that tomorrow this damn Devil Wears Prada 2 movie comes out, so we could just stop. I know I'm a guy. I'm not supposed to be in love. I've seen the movie. It's a fine movie. It's not. I'm not going to obsess over it because I have a wiener. But it's a decent enough movie. But oh my God, all of these collaborations and products and crap with Devils Wears Prada 2.
I haven't seen it
all
out there yet.
Oh God, that's
Not on
because
my radar,
it
though.
disappears so quickly. A, yes, they're not marketing to you. B, it disappears and winds up on eBay, and you're not looking for this crap.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
But the movie comes out tomorrow, so some of the stuff that's going to be more accessible is starting. And yes, it's all the same people: Meryl Streep and Stanley Tucci. They're back. Devil Wears Prada 2. Yay! So here's some things that they've already released. This is why you probably didn't see this, Kyle. AMC theaters only have a Coca-Cola lime cherry chic flavor in honor of Devil Wears
What's a
Prada 2.
chic? What's a chic?
That's the fashion connection.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so chic.
Oh, okay. I thought like chic was like a royal prince over in the Middle East or something. I was
It's a
like, what
shake,
does
a
the
shake.
cup come with? Like a nice silk robe and some jewels?
Yeah.
It's a shake.
Shake. Oh, you didn't say chic. You said shake.
Sheikh Mohammed. Yeah, this is just this is chic.
It's easy mistake.
It's goddamn lime cherry soda. They just put chic on the end to
Right.
make it fashiony. There's Smart Water. They released a cerulean blue bottle, which we'll get back to that in a moment. Starbucks released a secret menu featuring 4 drinks inspired by the main characters of The Devil Wears Prada 2, which comes out tomorrow.
See, I go to
And
Starbucks almost every
M&Ms.
morning. I didn't see that either.
Well, it's a secret menu item. Starbucks released
Oh.
a secret menu
Secret.
featuring 4 drinks. So you got to be following Devils Wears Prada's 2s on Insta or
All
whatever.
right, I see it. I'll get on it.
No, you won't. And M&M's is releasing a new candy pack inspired by one of the most iconic scenes of the original film. This goes back to the lumpy blue sweater scene in Devil Wears Prada, where Emily Blunt's character asks if she's at a hideous sweater convention or something. Anyways, M&M's new candy pack features candy-coated chocolates in the iconic hue, the all-new cerulean pack. See, blue.
Yeah.
Cerulean.
Okay.
Right. And that's all they are.
Oh yeah, that's from the first movie, right? I saw that.
They're blue M&Ms. That's it. They taste like M&Ms, regular plain M&Ms. They just happen to be blue. Because of, yes, the sweater in the first one, when we all learned what cerulean was.
And the Samsung remote. Samsung's getting in there a little bit.
Oh, in the promotional video or slide. Yes, the only other brand name you can make out is the Samsung remote. Very good. So if you want blue M&Ms that taste like M&Ms, go get the cerulean blue, and you're supporting Devil Wears Prada too. So stupid. Cheez-It has just dropped a new limited edition flavor that they say is inspired by a go-to appetizer. How about Cheez-It Cheesy Garlic Bread?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that doesn't sound bad. Yes, sir.
Crunchy crackers made with garlic powder and real Romano cheese. Fans say there's also a noticeable oregano bite that really brings the garlic bread concept to life. That what seems like it should work. It seems like as these Cheez-It flavors go, because they're going back more now to the cheesy stuff. So cheesy garlic bread Cheez-Its are now available.
Yeah. Oh, these might be really good to crumble on top of some tomato soup. Oh, that sounds good right now.
What if, okay, how about this? You take some Cheez-It cheesy garlic bread crackers and you crumble them into a dust or whatever, and then you spread that on top of garlic bread.
Yep, that does sound good. I like the idea. Ooh, some good Parmesan cheese with whole garlic and butter, and then just sprinkle that crust on top. Put it in the broil for just a minute. Oh.
Gotta broil it.
I like where you're going, Rob. I really do. Oh, man. And then you dip that in the tomato soup.
Sure. You're really into the tomato soup thing this segment. I
Love
noticed.
it. I love tomato soup, man. That was my first favorite soup. It's never left me.
Kool-Aid has officially dropped its first ever drink mix with hydration benefits. Why not? The original powdered drink mix. They're the only ones not doing this.
I just lit up with happiness. Kool-Aid.
Yes. These are powdered drink mixes, all of these things becoming the biggest beverage trends right now, whether it's zero sugar packets, relax hydration boosters, everything from Liquid IV, and now Kool-Aid has their new hydration electrolyte powder drink mix.
Thank God.
Which blends the brand's flavors with 4 essential electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Made with zero sugar, no artificial dyes, and the flavors stay true, they claim, to what fans love. Grape.
Not my favorite.
Tropical punch.
There we go. Now we're talking.
And blue raspberry lemonade.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Now, you're a fan though of grape flavoring. You just don't like the Kool-Aid version?
Yeah. Well, the zero sugar especially. That's gonna throw me off. Okay, so with grape Kool-Aid, I'll drink it, but it's got to have extra sugar in it. It's got to hide that.
Doesn't it have a lot of sugar already?
I don't know. I was drinking a grape soda yesterday, and it was one of the best things ever. And grape Kool-Aid's kind of on that same level, but it's got to be super sweet.
Well, then, if you were to be making grape Kool-Aid on a regular basis, would you be adding in extra sugar?
Yeah, it requires 1 cup per packet of Kool-Aid. There's a cup and a half, 2 cups at least going in with the grape.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people go, I add 2.5 cups or something like that.
Whoa.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I get all that. Why don't you just do that with the hydration packet if you're that?
Oh, well, there's a smart idea. I don't know, because it's got zero sugar. I didn't know if it has the artificial sweetener in there. I don't know if that mess with things and make it a little off.
Oh.
You know what? You're probably right. You probably do that. That's a smart idea.
No, but I mean, you're in the middle. You bring up a good point. You should try it first because some of those artificial sweeteners, they taste so sweet that you don't want more sugar, and they also taste. Because I don't know what they're sweetening with it. So doing the Maha thing. Zero sugar, no artificial dyes. Probably have grape juice or beet juice or something in there. Whatever.
Yeah.
Dunkin has debuted its 2026 early summer menu. It's a 17-part menu. We will not go over every item for you. However, they are adding a new black cherry flavor to its fruity refreshers line. This is the big, like these refreshers, right? And these are the ones that have a little dose of caffeine in them or whatever to boost you.
Maybe I haven't tried these yet. These are called the refresher.
The
Dunkin' refresher.
Yeah, well, everybody has a refresher now. That's what they're calling it, and it's just a ripoff of Dutch Bros, right? That's all it is. Okay, that was my
66 milligrams to 132 milligrams, depending on the size you get. So if you get a large, 132. If you get a small, you're looking at 66 milligrams of caffeine. Yep, they do.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure we all understood. Refresher is the generic name for energy drinks that you're finding at these places now. Basically,
like the Taco Bell Blast, right? That would be a refresher.
Oh, the Baja Blast.
Baja Blast, yeah.
I don't know because that's just like regular soda, and then they have the icy version of it, and I don't know what they call those ones. The freeze. They call it a freeze.
As far as coffee, Dunkin' is debuting a new collaboration with Oreo for a lineup of 4 drinks made with the cookie. There's Dunkin's new Oreo Cloud Latte, which features whole milk, espresso, and a chocolate cookie swirl, all topped with marshmallow cold foam and Oreo cookie pieces.
Yes, please. Oh, sounds like diabetes right there, but it sounds delicious. I'll get a limb cut off for that.
You don't get to choose the limb, though. That's the issue there. There's
just one
the
limb.
Oreo matcha, which adds vanilla flavor, marshmallow cold foam, and Oreo pieces to the whole milk matcha latte.
Yep, keeping it healthy right there with matcha. That's that green stuff.
All right. I just know it's everywhere. I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right. It's matcha.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yep.
Also, the Oreo Culotta blends vanilla bean culotta. What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Real
Is that
Oreo
pineapple?
cookies. I don't know. What is a culotta?
It sounds like pina colada, so I'm guessing it's got coconut in it or maybe pineapple. I don't know.
Well, it's spelled cool, C-O-O-L, and then atta, A-T-T-A. So it's like they're not even trying to do a play on words like pina colada. It's just a coolata. The Oreo Coolata, C-O-O-L-A-T-T-A blends vanilla bean culotta. See, it's another type of culotta. There's like multiple culottes.
Okay, it's basically it's a blended slushy frozen beverage from Dunkin'. That's what they call them. Instead of like 7-Eleven call it Slurpee, Dunkin' calls them culotas.
Got it. Okay, so it's their name.
It's like their own name for it. Yeah.
Jesus. And then there's the Oreo Coffee Chiller, which is one of 3 new frozen coffee flavors. And it's a frozen version of the Oreo latte. Okay, great. They have new frozen coffee chillers that can be ordered in caramel cream and triple mocha flavors. And is there more? They also are doing their first dirty soda. The Dunkin' Dirty Soda combines coffee milk with Pepsi.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, I've had it. Yeah, we did that once. We had a vanilla Coke coffee in a can. I think you remember liking those. Isn't that similar? Just you get it at Dunkin' and a.
Okay. Yes, the vanilla Coke with coffee vanilla Coke, which they discontinued, bastards. Excellent. So you're the dirty Dunkin' soda coffee milk with Pepsi.
Yeah, so Pepsi with a little bit of coffee and a splash of milk. Actually, I think that sounds delicious. Sounds really good right now.
Actually, it might work. You're right. If they're doing it like the Coke thing, that might work. And then finally, to finish off the early summer menu, Dunkin' is debuting a new fruit punch donut.
Fruit punch?
Which is topped. It's just a classic donut, but it's topped with fruit punch flavored icing and a fruit punch sprinkle blend.
No, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. I don't know why. No. Like the strawberries and cream, maybe that would work. But fruit punch, you got to have it in like juice. Like, no, fruit punch doesn't go on food unless it's like a fruit roll up or a candy. Then it's acceptable. If it's like a gummy or a chewy, fine. I don't want it in cake form like a donut. Ugh.
The things that get you revved up about food.
I really am into fruit punch. I love fruit punch as a drink. Like if it's carbonated or if it has a sour hint to it, like I said, works well with gummy candies. It works good with fruit roll-ups. It will not do good as a cake. You're taking all the good yumminess out of it.
But you'll try it though, right?
I don't even know if I want to try it. I'm just pissed off at them right now. I'm looking at it going, no.
If it works as a fruit roll-up, that's not a drink, and it does work as a fruit roll-up, we agree. Why wouldn't it work as a donut?
Because it's fruit-flavored cake. It's not, no. Okay, so it's like pineapple-flavored cake. Like, it's okay, but it's not great. I don't know. Fruit punches, no, it just doesn't seem right. They should make it a red velvet with like cream cheese crumbles instead. Like, that's what it should be.
Which would be an entirely different thing.
Exactly.
But I don't generally like fruit with cake. You're right. So I see where your outrage is. It was just the way you honed in on the fruit punch thing. Well, you're not going to be happy that the other menu item at Dunkin' is fruit punch munchkins. Those are their donut holes, which feature a blueberry cake munchkin rolled in the fruit punch sprinkle brand.
Yeah, no thanks. No, that's too much
Berry
fruit in the donut. I want chocolate cream deliciousness. Unless you're making a jelly-filled one, even then I don't want it fruit punch flavored. It's got to be an OG raspberry, lemon, or blueberry, and that's it.
Last item in food news, a new trend on TikTok, fart salads.
What?
Not as much fun as it sounds, unfortunately.
Okay, what's up
The
with
idea
this?
is, right, we're all walking around, we're all obsessed over something, all being used in the egalitarian way, because I'm not, and I know a lot of people aren't, but you're either obsessed with magnesium or hydration and electrolytes, or protein, well, also fiber is on the list. So these are, a fart salad is rich in fiber-rich vegetables. See, so it clears out your
Oh,
colon.
it's going to make you fart. I thought maybe you just cut some cheese on top of it.
That's what I was hoping. When I saw it, I thought, "Oh, this will be right up Kyle's alley." You make a salad for your girl, and then you fart on it.
Yeah.
Kind of like you put fresh grated parm on pasta.
Yeah, you
Instead,
crop dust the crops in the bowl.
I think it was more like I pictured more like a brother doing it to a sister. Like, hey, enjoy your fart salad.
That's what's funny.
That's what I pictured in my head.
Yeah. See, this is what we've done. We've ruined a great childhood prank like that by making it fiber friendly for dietary purposes. By the way, good news, fart salads don't have to be super healthy because you can use pasta, cheese, pepperoni, onion, seasoning, and dressing. The important thing is that you have to have the high fiber vegetables, the broccoli, the cabbage, the Brussels sprouts, etc. And if you want a fart salad that's healthier, you can sub out the pasta, the processed meats, the jarred salad dressing, and the cheese, and then you just get a full-on fiber plate, and it's just your big old fiber salad.
Yeah, you could do that good, especially put the broccoli, like you said, the Brussels sprouts, and then you add in, a sliced egg, and then we can go with some beans in there of some sort, garbanzo or kidney. Oh, boy. Somebody better clear the room.
Yes, but that sounds like a lovely salad. I would love that. I just wouldn't seek it out for fiber reasons.
Yeah.
I would seek it out because it sounds good.
Just make sure you're not going in an elevator an hour later.
America's RAD Cast, only on the radnetwork.com.
Longtime Maggots Word member Greg from MAP MAP, as in maximum athletic performance, which guides you to better output through better ingredients, also known as nutrition. Greg has been on the RAD show many times and will be again, as he simplifies nutrition and helps us all understand what actually works when it comes to fueling our bodies, almost all of which can be found at maptrition.com. Every product is formulated with clinical precision and backed by science and purpose, and maptrition.com has something for every fitness level, even those of us who barely have a fitness level. With nearly 20 years as a nutritionist and a specialization in sports nutrition, Greg works with athletes and everyday individuals to optimize performance, energy, and overall health through smarter fueling strategies, all of which starts at maptrition.com. At the very least, we should all be taking daily multivitamins, and Greg has his formulated for exactly what a man or woman's body needs. Protein is in, but maybe instead of getting yours from mac and cheese with extra protein, you get it from maptrition.com. And of course, all things workout, training, and exercise are available as well. From pre-workout to creatine and other muscle builders to recovery supplements and more, all at maptrition.com. From morning breakfast essentials to post-workout recovery and everything in between, maptrition.com's full range of supplements, proteins, and wellness products are built to power your journey from start to finish. Check out all the products and find what's right for you and order it shipped to you all at maptrition.com. That's maptrition.com. Longtime advertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years, and her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital, as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say.
Stop that. Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Berry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. Sue Berry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer, Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040, Barrett Financial Group, LLC, NMLS number 181106, Nevada 5091, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Someone once said that one should die proudly when it's no longer possible to live proudly. And seriously, was it even remotely possible for Christina to be proud of Rob anymore? Okay, stop with the phony outrage. Christina is laughing her ass off at this. Actually, that's not true, because why would she waste her time listening to this crap? Let's get back to America's RAD Cast on the radnetwork.com.
We were talking earlier this morning the way these damn stories, they follow us around. We start talking about laundry and then household chores and then showering, and then it seems like every other day there's a study about showering. Like today, should you face in one direction or not? Or of course not. You should move around a little bit so you're not a psycho.
Your whole body clean.
And then recently we've been talking about things that didn't live up to the hype once you tried them, which could be as silly as the McRib. Or things that did, like once you tried them, I can't go back, right? Or I don't want to go back. First class in airplanes is a widely mentioned one. So, kind of similar, a new survey came out yesterday from YouGov. What are you sick of people trying to convince you is great? Right?
Their opinions?
That should be number one. Yes. This is the old. There's trends. There's things that come along. There's things that have been around forever. And you have. This is always the phrase, right? You have to try it. Why? Those people, and then they'll have an answer that you have to try it to convince you, and they're trying to get you to try it so that you'll think it's great, and then they have somebody to talk to about it. So
church,
church, okay, and that's taking a big rebound, right? For a while there, it was actually trying to convince you not to go to church. Now going to church is back in. I found the best church. You have to go. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's festive and joyful, and it makes you feel happy. No, it makes you happy. You're the one that enjoys it. You're around all these people.
Have you brought Jesus in your heart?
Well, actually, I have everything I need in my heart spiritually, but I don't need to go to this place that you're describing around a bunch of strangers to feel that. So, and they will do that. What Kyle's doing, they'll keep going.
Yeah, you know why they do it? They need more people to volunteer for things. That's what they need. They rope you in. They're like, well, we're having a chili cook-off for Jesus, and we need somebody to bring the chili, and we need them to get the tickets sold. Oh, and then we have this event. We're going to need you to chaperone these kids, and
Now, the motivations will vary. Now, that may be some motivations for people trying to get you to go to their church. Other people just want validation. They just want to know you're part of the club. They just want you to respect them. They want you to try something that they're into, even though you know that you don't want to try it. And I'm talking about just regular people. I'm not talking about that annoying significant other thing, where after a while you just give in and try it because it's like, okay, fine, we're together. Sure, Christina, I'll take a bite of your stupid catfish, which I know I'm going to hate because I've had catfish before. It's disgusting. You're disgusting for liking it just because you're from the South. It's literally a gutter fish. It's the most disgusting thing. Ooh, nom, nom, nom. That's awful. Thank you, babe. Thank you for making me try that. Nom, 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 nom. Can I vomit your face now? For example. So these are just normal, regular people. And some of these, come on. What are you sick of people trying to convince you is great? Kombucha. Enough.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not great. It's disgusting and make you explode, and not in a good way.
All true. There are plenty of other ways to get the alleged benefits of kombucha without drinking kombucha. It's just bleh.
Yeah, it's got a nasty taste to it. Immediately off the bat, tastes like fermented caca.
Yeah, it's awful. And you know what else is awful? And I don't know if these have waned or not. Just a couple years ago, chicks were really into them, and that's how I found out. Because, of course, God forbid Christina just tries one out. Instead, everybody's into them. I think it was big on Bravo. So she orders everything we need to make these Negroni drinks that were awful. Oh, my God. Oh, see, that's the kind of thing you would never serve at your bar, Kyle, because there's no reason to.
Oh, yeah, the Italian. Okay, we do have it. I just no. Okay, Eagle Park's gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth. Anything with sweet vermouth in it, I'm saying no to.
A good Manhattan can have sweet vermouth if it's tempered by. Yes, exactly. I was getting to that. Tempered by. But otherwise, you're right. And the combination. I'm not a gin person. Well, I'm not an anything person now, but I'm not a gin person. So I was like, ugh. Anyways, that didn't make the list. That was just me bitching. Okay, kombucha. We're sick and tired of everybody telling us how great that is. AI. Okay.
We've been doing that a little bit. We've been telling people how great it is.
Look, what I hope we're doing, what I try to do, anyways, with our presentation is say, look, it's fine if you're a denier. It's fine if you don't want to be part of it. Here's what's happening right now to those that are just like, it's not good. If you're hiding from AI because you're kind of being left behind, you can make that choice. I try not to make them feel horrible about it. And quite honestly, I don't know that much about AI. I use it just enough to get by. Jeff's more into it, but I don't feel like Jeff is. Maybe he is. I don't know. I just don't feel like he's forcing it down. You have to do this. No. You should be doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of
benefits. I don't hear that.
Yeah,
I don't do that about anything to anyone. I don't oversell anything.
It's probably good we don't tell people they need to do AI, because then we can all be in a club where we all know how to use it really well, and the other people, like you said, get left behind. Now you got control over the stupids.
Yeah. Right. I am working on it. One day, it's just not going to. Kyle's not even going to be here. It's just going to be Kyle's AI version.
Ooh, I get a hologram.
It's when you need a vacation.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'll just sleep on the couch over here, and we'll put my hologram up while I don't feel like doing certain segments.
There we go. But I'm going to program it. So.
Oh God. Other things that made this year's list. What are you tired of people trying to convince you is great? I didn't even know this was still a thing. This feels like this is 10 years ago. Hot yoga. That came and went, and everyone went, no, I don't need to be in a 105-degree room to do yoga. Thank you for adding torture to it.
Yeah. Oh, I've never tried it. My girlfriend was into yoga, still is. She swears by it. She loves it. She hasn't done it in a while, but it's one thing I'm terrified of because I tried doing yoga and it's difficult just doing regular yoga by yourself in no temperature room.
I will do a pretty good stretch routine in the steam room at the gym.
Oh, there you go. That's like hot yoga.
That's kind of similar, and I like that.
I think that's hot yoga light. We'll give you that one, sure. And this next one, this is becoming more and more prevalent. And this is kind of sort of like what I try to get us to avoid with AI. When you come off as preachy and when you won't stop, like Jeff with AI there, he said, it has its benefits, and you just kind of do that and you trail off. Yeah. Not these people. The ones that are making the list that's like, no, you don't understand. AI is a life changer. You have to use it. If you don't use it, you're going to die. If you don't use it, you're never going to be successful. It's like, shut up. And this one, because it's become so prevalent and so popular, and there's this big push, marijuana. Look, I've been in favor of marijuana legalization since I was old enough to know what it was. I don't use this stuff. I mean, I use the THC now. Other than that, but I'm in favor of legalizing it. But these people that walk, you have to try. Well, guess what? It doesn't affect everybody the same. You got to do it, dude. You have to take away everything. It'll take away your pain. It'll take away your sleep problems. It'll take away this. It'll take not everybody. Just stop. Right. You got 80% of the country on your side, for God's sakes. It's an 80-20 issue. Let them legalize it and stop trying to force it down people. So that's the thing that gets you. You got to try it. No, I don't. Other things on the list. Stanley mugs. Enough.
Oh, yeah. You can just use any water bottle. I feel shamed when I go to the gym and I don't have a Stanley because everybody else around me seems like they have a Stanley mug or one of those like carabiner water bottles. Yeah, I don't. I come in with that ghetto plastic Aquafina bottle.
Oh, no.
He just looks at me like I'm a heathen.
Yes, shun the man that is not using the Stanley. And now, is it still okay to have a Yeti, or is that out? Are you banned? Because it used to be that.
Cool, right?
I don't know. I thought Yeti was an ice chest.
They have the cups.
They have the cups too? Oh, okay.
They started with cups too.
Those are like the big, I find like construction workers and truckers use those so they keep the ice cold the whole time.
Great. Just don't tell me what I have to use.
Yeah.
And I don't like, and I like how they've changed the way, they've tried to change the way that they identify these things. They're trying to force Stanley mugs down your throat. I've talked about this for years. The radio industry used to do this all the time. They would try to change the name of a radio station, and people won't do it. It's like Adidas when they spent millions of dollars trying to get us to call it Adidas, and Americans went, we're not going to say Adidas. Same thing, Stanley mugs. That's not how they became popular, because I remember when they became popular, I'm like, what's the hockey connection? Everybody called them Stanley Cups. Everybody. They were Stanley Cups, until the sports world went, huh? And so they had to change it to Stanley mugs. I hate you all. I have one Stanley mug, and it's left over from my wife. There's another one. Sick of people trying to convince you of ice baths.
Oh, but they work. Oh, man, I love a good ice bath. Oh, damn it. It sucks at first, but holy crap, the blood rushing back into your body the way it does, it's life-changing.
All right, for you.
Yeah, I know.
That's it.
I know.
Leave it there.
Have you tried it?
And you do. You do. No. And I have no intention of trying it. And I don't gotta try. See, you're close. You're getting close.
I know I'm close because I'm like, maybe you're a little scared. Like your feet are gonna get too cold or something. And you're not gonna be able to handle it.
One, you should be scared because they are painful, and I used to do them all the time.
Yeah, for a minute. They're painful for a minute, and then you go, hey, calm your breathing down. You're fine.
We had a trainer in college. We have to do ice baths, so we don't have to, but we did a lot of them for our arms. And but the rule was the trainer said, do not waste ice, and a lot of people would wrap their knees, wrap their arms. And they would come and they would try to throw it in the sink, and they say, don't waste it, throw it in the ice bath. So you would be sitting in the ice bath, and people would just come by and go, I'm sorry. Rules are rules, and just dump it. And it was like immediate shock. And again, after about 5 seconds, you didn't feel it. Yeah. You would literally bargain with people like, I'll buy you lunch tomorrow. Don't do it. Like, don't put that ice in there. It hurts so bad. But yeah, it does have a good overall.
Yeah, it's like anything. Like, like we'll use drugs, for example. Like, I'm sure putting the needle in your arm with heroin doesn't feel good in the moment, but the second it's in your system, you feel great. That's how an ice bath is. It's initial, like, ow, 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 ow. Oh, that's nice.
Also, for me, it's just right once you get out. Once you get out and you dry yourself, like Rob was saying, I feel like I could move furniture. I could run through walls. That's kind of how I feel after getting out of like a 15-minute ice bath. But
yeah,
it's intense.
I love the idea of the Ice Bath Association of America embracing the idea we're just like heroin.
Yeah, I like that comparison, Kyle.
Yeah. Again, this is just the list of things that people are tired of trying to be convinced they have to try. When I'm not saying Stanley mugs suck or that ice baths don't work, just stop trying to force it down everyone's throat is the whole point of the study. A couple more. We talked about this yesterday. This was on one of those lists of something that seems great until you do it. Same idea. Starting a business. Stop telling everybody to go start their own business. Most fail. Most people are bad at it. Most people don't know what you have to look at in order to structure. We're in this newest version of this social media, YouTube mentality. How do I get rich quick? It started out with side hustles. Now it's start a business. Right. Because anybody can. I meet business owners doing what we do, and they don't even have business licenses. I'm like, I can't really do business with you. You don't even have a freaking license. Well, it's all online. That's not the same.
Right.
Stop telling people to start a business that they have to. Let them figure it out on their own, offer the advice. Stop trying to convince people. Oof.
I always tell people starting the business is the hardest part because like everyone has a good idea. Everyone wants to pitch me their ideas too. And like, oh, we can do this and we can do that. The hardest part is running the business, the documentation, the taxes, the banking, all of the keeping your records, all the receipts. That's what usually gets, really hard to do on a day-to-day basis when you're already trying to do everything else.
That sounds
for
like
your
you need a
business.
secretary.
You should have
At
someone.
least.
Yeah, you should have at least someone running the business if your job
An
is
accountant.
to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's too much.
People are tired of being convinced to not run a business, just run.
Yeah, well.
Running's back in. Stop. I don't need to be told to run. I ran in my 20s. I hated it. It's stupid.
Yeah, that was my least
Go and get
favorite
it.
thing in PE. They're like, we're running the mile today, or we're doing the pacer, which is where you run a mile back and forth in a gym, basically. Oh, it was the worst. Man, I miss the days of just playing kickball.
Yeah, look, a lot of these things, like I said, they're good or they're bad. I get so frustrated with people that try to convince you that what they do fits for everyone and fits for you. And especially something like running. Running isn't like, Kyle tried to get me with the ice bath. Have you tried it? No, I haven't. Running, we've all tried running.
Yeah.
We've all run.
Yeah, we all suck at it.
I know I don't want to run. I don't want to run more. No thanks. I don't need to be told how great it is for me, sir, ma'am.
Yeah, it was great when I was in 5th grade when I was more agile and my limbs didn't hurt as bad and I didn't have risk of breaking my legs.
Sure. It's great when that girl's trying to skip out on you at the bar and you're like, no, you're coming home with me. Little rapey. Other things that people are tired of being convinced of. The TV shows that they watch. Oh, God. Have you seen Euphoria? You haven't? You have to watch it. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
A one-time recommendation is enough. Once you've told somebody, you don't need to come in every week and go, oh, my God, did you start Euphoria? Did you see it last night? Best thing ever. No, I already told you I don't watch it. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's how Game of Thrones
Sit down.
was. Everybody
Yes.
tried to shove it down my throat. Like, bro, it's so good. I'm like, I don't like fantasy and that crap. No, absolutely not. I'm not watching it.
It seems that these shows they come and they go, and there seems like there's always at least one. I was a huge fan of it, but I got so tired of people telling everybody else to watch Breaking Bad. Hey, you know what? Some people don't want to watch Breaking Bad. Some people are triggered by Breaking Bad. Maybe it gives them bad memories or it brings up stuff. Maybe they just don't think it's a good show.
Maybe they were
That's
an
okay.
ex-meth addict and now they're like getting itch again.
What I think more now than ever, and you see it in Netflix really, really strongly, is that these shows are created for a specific demographic. Like Euphoria, I've never watched it, but I think it's like popular amongst like younger high school kids. These shows are built for high
and
school
girls.
kids. Yeah, girls.
Young women really love it.
Yeah, so to recommend a show that someone's really emphatic about, that's not necessarily designed for you and not shot for you, I think there's a lot of that going on. You kind of like, oh, I don't like this at all. I don't know why millions of people watch that.
Here's one. What do you think of people trying to convince you is great? Hot weather. Stop walking around telling me, isn't this heat great?
Oh.
Some people don't care. Some people love it. Shut up.
What do you go, lizard? I need my AC. I need to be cool. If it's hot weather and that you're bragging about it, you might as well be near a pool.
Well, yeah, and weather especially, you can't do anything about it. So what are you just trying to show off that you adjust to hot weather? Shut up.
Yeah.
Isn't this heat great?
No, it's not. You're an asshole. Shut up.
See, you wouldn't feel that way if you enjoyed the heat more.
Oh, God, now you're really an asshole and you're cut off.
Two more. Cruises. Stop telling everybody how great cruises are. maybe they've made some wonderful advancements, but come on, you're a prisoner at sea. You're stuck around. They finally got rid of that forced socialization where you have to sit at a table with a bunch of strangers. They've tried to up the ante on the food and stuff. I've done it once. I don't need to do it again. Oh, but they've made so much progress. Great. I'm glad they did. They did it without me. They'll be fine in the future.
I'm afraid to do a cruise because I get motion sick. I don't think I can handle a boat.
I love cruises, but I don't ever try to sell them on people. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Look, if you love them, if you love them, that's great. There's lots of things I love that nobody's going to want to do. I don't try to sell them on it.
Right.
And yes, if you are prone to motion sickness, you got to be careful where you're going to cruise for sure. And even then, there's no guarantee, and that will screw up your entire vacation.
Yeah.
Oh wow, lucky me, I'm in my room.
Yeah.
And I still feel sick.
Yeah.
Yep.
This
No escape.
Dramamine isn't working. Yeah. So. Because people say that, the ones that are trying to convince you. Oh, don't worry, Kyle. Just take a Dramamine.
Yeah,
well,
because
maybe that won't work.
No, I've taken Dramamine, and it does work. I've gone out on sea charters and went fishing, but here's the side effect of Dramamine. You feel tired.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you don't get sick, but you sleep through the great dinner that you're supposed to have.
Mm-hmm.
And people are tired of being told that they have to dance. Where people are saying, you gotta let loose, you gotta, get out of your shell. Well, some people don't do it that way. They have other ways of expressing themselves. Plus, music doesn't touch people in the same way. Some people literally can't sit still if there's music playing. Others are like, I don't care.
Oh.
Stop trying to dance shaming.
That brings up a scarring memory. I remember there was an event I went to. I don't remember if it was a wedding or what. But I remember there was a dance floor going on, and it was at a hotel, like a ballroom in the hotel, and there's a dance floor. And I remember everybody went out to the floor and danced, and I sat at the table, and my family drugged me to the dance floor and made me awkwardly dance with everybody, and I didn't want to do it. I felt so embarrassed and so out of it. I was like, oh, which is funny because that's not who I am today. Back then, I was so irritated and scared. I'll dance now. Yeah, okay. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I was very shy and scared about it. I did not, because I didn't know how to dance.
But maybe that moment is what made you what you are today, because your little child learned, oh, look, I'm still alive. I lived through that.
What made me change is I went to the club with my buddy one time, and I saw him doing good dance moves, and all the girls flocked to him. And I said, oh, that's how you get girls to get good at dancing.
America's RAD Cast, only on the radnetwork.com.
Longtime advertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years, and her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital, as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of, while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say.
Stop that. Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Berry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. Sue Berry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer. Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040. Barrett Financial Group, LLC. NMLS number 181106. Nevada 5091. Equal housing opportunity.
If you go to AdvantageSteam.com, which you should, at the top of the page, you'll see the Services tab. Click on it, and you'll see that Advantage Steam does carpet and upholstery cleaning. They protect fabric and fiber. They clean and seal tile and grout. They polish natural stone. They clean rugs, especially those really nice ones from foreign countries. And they treat urine damage. And not just urine, but vomit and feces. No, Yuck. I assume if you need that service, you either have children or pets or you live in a frat house. But either way, they'll take care of you. Of course, Advantage Steam also applies microseal. And if you don't know what that is by now, then you just suck. Joel is the local small business owner of AdvantageSteam.com. He's a lifelong maggot, and he's treated, cleaned, protected, polished, and micro-sealed the homes of countless members of the RAD team over the years, various RAD studios, and of course, Williams Manor. And I hate admitting this, but he is a genuinely really great, nice guy. In fact, if you tell him I said that, you'll get 0% off all services. So go to AdvantageSteam.com. Click on Make an Appointment, enter in your available dates and any comments, like maybe type, Rob said you're a really great, nice guy. Please give me 0% off. And they will get you all set up. Just go to AdvantageSteam.com. That's AdvantageSteam.com.
Have you asked yourself how much deeper would the ocean be if sponges didn't live there? No? Good. Then other than enjoying this show, you're not completely insane. Back to America's RAD Cast.
Got a couple emails here, radcast at theradnetwork.com. Get to those in a minute as we were talking about things we're all tired of being told are great and we have to do them anymore. I did want to circle back, as I mentioned, just, I see things come across the computer and, oh, look at this. Here's a news story you might like. And we've been talking a lot about space, UFOs, Artemis 2. Just this morning we were talking about Trump talking about, we're going to release the UFO stuff that I said we released in February. I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. And so who knows? My computer hears me and says, hey, how about this story about Pluto? And I'm like, why are we fighting over Pluto? It's a non-story. Pluto was a planet until 2006. And then they said, who is this? The International Astronomical Union. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They said, Pluto, you not a planet, doesn't have the right gravitational forces, whatever. Meanwhile, the new head of NASA, Jared Isaacman, says Pluto's a planet, and he wants to see it made a planet. So we're fighting over Pluto.
That's because somebody lost in the trivia night, probably. He's probably at trivia night, and they're like, how many planets are in the solar system? He's like, no, the Pluto's still a planet. And then he found out he was wrong. He's like, oh, I'm going to change that.
He's like, excuse me, you know, I'm the head of NASA. I decide what's a planet. And they said, well, actually, sure, it's this International Astronomical. They're a bunch of foreigners. I say Pluto's a planet. Emails to Radcast at the Rad Network. First one is from one of our 85 Heidi's.
Heidi, hi.
We're talking about this new survey. Things we're tired of being told are great. Things we're tired of being told we have to do, like running. It's foods we have to try, shows we have to watch, and like Euphoria is a big one right now. Oh, you have to watch it. And Jeff was making the point, well, it's not targeted towards everyone. Not a lot of like middle-aged men are going to love Euphoria. It's not really who it's targeted for.
Well, does Sydney Sweeney get naked in there? Maybe.
Yes, in Euphoria, actually, there's some controversy over that. About a recent episode. And sure, but you can watch that as a thumbnail. Now that is a way, right? As you're convincing somebody to watch your show, you got to know your audience. So if you're talking to some middle-aged man or whatever, you know, Sydney Sweeney. Now, if he's smart, he's just going to go to YouTube and look at the clip. And, okay, I'm not watching the show. That might work. But I brought up, look, there's reasons why some people just might not want to watch a show. Maybe they know already. It's not my thing. And Heidi says, that was so me. Rob's example is spot on. I couldn't watch Breaking Bad. It was too triggering and too real, as that world can be crazy. I worked really hard almost 3 decades ago to successfully leave that world, and I never want to go back. Exactly. Like, oh, I gotta watch. What's it about? Oh, okay, I kind of almost died from that life. So I'll avoid that. Okay. But it's really good. And you're going to know it's fake. It's a TV show. Yeah, but it's not really fake. Like, I lived it. No, you weren't with Bryan Cranston.
And even the family dynamics of that show, that can be triggering too.
I get a lot of people who sell me on like these tech shows that are, Silicon Valley type of, shows. And again, I think sometimes you're just a little too close to home. Like, you're like, do I really want to watch something that I kind of battle on a day-to-day basis and work with these type of people? I don't really think
like sitting at a computer all day or something, or
It's just the world of building apps and building programs and the business behind it. And again, I haven't watched the episode. I've heard from so many people that I should be watching it. Oh, you don't know that? It's right up your alley. I'm like, not really.
So, and sometimes too, it's the reverse effect of why they're telling you. So like you might have that reaction. I get that. It's like, ugh, I do this all the time. Do I really need to watch a documentary on the beginning of radio? Probably not.
Right. Yeah.
But then a lot of them, they come to you because, oh, Jeff, you're a tech guy. You'll love this tech show that I totally loved. And if I loved it, you'll really love it. And let's pretend you made the time to watch it. You're like, this is pedantic. This is stuff that I learned. Like, come on, this is back of my hand stuff.
Right.
Oh, you're going to really like it. Did you know they have this thing? And you're like, yeah, I build those.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
And it's a little stereotypical too. Like it's very just kind of on the surface type of thing that they go through, and the jokes that are made are very on the surface. They're not like, something I would be like, oh, that's so true. So I'm not going to do that.
See, the opposite goes for me with the food, with the people who are like in the food shows. My things like food, weird foods. People are always telling me like, oh, here's a new food, or like a show involving food, like Waiting, that movie. That was great. I could relate to that all day.
Yeah, Waiting's like it's a good movie, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's about being a waiter, right? A server.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you see the underbelly of everything that goes on. It's pretty accurate. I mean, obviously it's embellished a little bit in some areas because it's a comedy movie, but I mean, for the most part, that movie holds true of what goes on behind the scenes.
Well, that's the trick, though, right? Is the show ultimately still has to be good and relatable if you've lived that. Because there's plenty of other shows. Oh, Kyle, you've been a bartender for years. You got to see this cool movie Cocktail.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah.
It was a good one, yeah, but it didn't land nearly as good because not everybody gets that good at bartending that quick. Tom Cruise.
Nor was it a very hip reference, Rob. But to make the point,
I like Cocktail.
Elizabeth Shue was
because I get that with different versions of cooking shows. Oh, Rob, you love to cook, so you're gonna. And I'm like, yeah, I've watched most of them. No, that's not my thing. I don't care about baking. There's Iron Chef, never got it, doesn't do it. Yes, I like competitive cooking shows, but I like my own. Stop telling me why I have to watch this one. And then plus, there's too many of them now. Every goddamn night, there's some new cooking show on. I don't need all those cooking shows. Kevin emailed us, radcast at theradnetwork.com, and said, quit trying to convince me that avocados are good. I'm a Mexican man, and I am not convinced, nor will I ever be convinced, that avocados are good.
What?
They look like something a baby would put in his diaper, and I'm not eating that in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, someone got ruined with bad guacamole as a child.
Well, I'm wondering, is it the taste that he's saying, or is it not good for you, is he saying, or is it just maybe the texture? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Sounds to me like texture and maybe a bad experience with a baby having explosive diarrhea, and they all come together. I don't know.
America's RAD Cast, only on the radnetwork.com.
If you go to AdvantageSteam.com, which you should, at the top of the page, you'll see the Services tab. Click on it, and you'll see that Advantage Steam does carpet and upholstery cleaning. They protect fabric and fiber. They clean and seal tile and grout. They polish natural stone. They clean rugs, especially those really nice ones from foreign countries. And they treat urine damage. And not just urine, but vomit and feces. No. Yuck. I assume if you need that service, you either have children or pets or you live in a frat house. But either way, they'll take care of you. Of course, Advantage Steam also applies MicroSeal. And if you don't know what that is by now, then you just suck. Joel is the local small business owner of AdvantageSteam.com. He's a lifelong maggot, and he's treated, cleaned, protected, polished, and microsealed the homes of countless members of the RAD team over the years, various RAD studios, and of course, Williams Manor. And I hate admitting this, but he is a genuinely really great, nice guy. In fact, if you tell him I said that, you'll get 0% off all services. So go to AdvantageSteam.com. Click on Make an Appointment, enter in your available dates and any comments, like maybe type, Rob said you're a really great, nice guy. Please give me 0% off. And they will get you all set up. Just go to AdvantageSteam.com. That's AdvantageSteam.com. Longtime advertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years. And her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital, as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say.
Stop that. Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Berry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. Sue Berry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer, Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040, Barrett Financial Group, LLC, NMLS number 181106, Nevada 5091, Equal Housing Opportunity.
This is America's RAD Cast. What does RAD stand for? Who cares? What does Nike stand for, wise guy? Just enjoy the show, will ya? Call the show anytime at 888-587-5355 or email radcast@theradnetwork.com.
We got this one from Matthew.
Hi, Matthew.
We're talking about started out with things that we're tired of having forced down our throats by other people, and then we started talking about when people were telling you, you gotta watch this show, you gotta watch this show. This show is the best show ever. Well, maybe I don't have the same taste. Maybe it's not designed for me. Or maybe there's a triggering reason. We had one of our 85 Heidi's write in and go, yeah, I got that with Breaking Bad all the time. Gotta watch it, gotta watch it. No, I lived that life. I don't want to watch that. Matthew wrote in and said, as a former cop, I can't watch shows about police. Number one, I deal with that drama every day. Number two, it's not realistic to me, and it's so lame. So those are two different categories. A lot of cop friends who I've heard say the same thing. The second group, not realistic and lame, that's like your contrived scripted shows, Law and Order and SVU, and where it's like, yeah, we don't wrap things up in 60 minutes kind of thing. And then the other shows like Cops used to be, or now Live PD, whatever they're calling that these days, that's it's like, dude, I do this for a living. I don't need to see these guys dealing with these same scumbags or these terribly sad stories that I have to deal with. That all makes sense. Years ago when radio was all about taking phones, doing phone calls, which that's just over. Everybody texts and emails now. But we were on the phone all the time doing a show. And I learned to hate being on the phone. I just hate, to this day, I don't want to be the guy that makes phone calls. I hate it. Oh. I do it because my wife died on me. She used to be in charge of that. She knew. She was like, okay, I'll call the insert company here. Now I have to do it. And by the way, Jeff, you know the people that I'm supposed to be talking about from my home? I'm doing it. They're mother.
Yeah. No, I know it.
Oh, I'm sorry. We do see that you had an appointment to talk to us on the phone.
Oh,
yesterday.
So when I called you and I didn't give you any heads up the other day, were you upset that I just called you out of the blue? When I was like, hey, I'm coming over.
No,
I should.
No, not at all. First of all, because you did give me a heads up. You were an hour away, and you said, "Hey, I've got all this stuff. I'm coming to you. I'll be there." I mean, I could have said, oh, "You're gonna have to leave it up front. I won't be here." But no, I don't. No, that's fine.
Okay.
It's like,
well, I just didn't give you a text heads up. I was just like, I'm just gonna call him really quick.
So through the affinity of or the lack of affinity for being on the phone, I don't usually answer my phone. But if it's you, or even you, Evil Jeff, or somebody that I know, I will almost always answer because they all know, don't call me unless it's important. So I'm going to answer. I don't answer anything I don't recognize, and I just don't like being on the phone. I don't like calling banks, credit card companies, whatever, customer service, airlines. Shut up, all of it. I don't like talking on the phone. My mom will send me a text. I think we should talk on the phone. It would be easier. No, you have nothing else to do. You text it, please. The Social Security Administration has released, so tomorrow is May 1st, meaning we're a third of the way through the year. Dang. January, February, March, April, 4 months. So there's 12 months in a year. We're a third of the way through the year, and every year the SSA releases their list, and they give us various little data about baby names. What's trending? I know. What can they find that's interesting? It's not always like, at the end of the year, they always give you the most popular ones. But every now and then they'll try to do something that's just a little. They'll pick things out for the first part of 2026. So the first third of 2026. Here's some things. First of all, Donald. The name Donald, like our president.
Yeah.
It continues to plummet. It is now all the way down to the 672nd name on the list of popular boy names. I don't know where it was, 10 years ago, but that's not good.
Yeah, well, it's not even that great of a name. I don't really like Donalds that much. When I meet a Donald, I always think of Donald Duck or Ronald McDonald. Like, yeah.
If I met a Donald today, I would still think of Donald Duck. I wouldn't think of Trump. Yeah. I think Trump. When I hear Donald, I don't think Trump. When I hear Trump, I think Trump.
Forget he has a first name.
Let's see. Sarah peaked in popularity way back in 1993. In 1993, Sarah was the third most popular girl name in the country. It's still doing okay. It's top 100.
Okay.
Number 95. A lot of Sarahs out there.
All right.
Okay. Again, these are just stupid random little things they throw out there. I like this. Fastest rising girl name. Iceland. Not Iceland. Iceland.
It's like
ICELY. Yes. ICELYNN.
That's not a bad name, Iceland.
Not Jamie. Jamie Lynn is white trash. Ted talked us
that's
that.
That's what I was referencing to.
Yeah. Not Jamie Lynn. Iceland. The only problem is it does sound a little like the country, but I think it's sexy sounding. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
No. Now, the fastest rising boy name. We just don't name kids.
Is it a soft pussy name?
Yes! Of course it is. We don't name kids Michael anymore, or Colton, or Rodeo. Now we name them things like the fastest rising boy name in 2026, Truce.
Oh, truce. We have a truce.
Come on.
Truce?
How about ceasefire? There's another one. Let's just name our kids that.
How about give up?
Fastest rising boy name is Truce.
I think, don't you...
Other names... What?
I feel like these names, like, don't you think about like how your kid's gonna grow up and say like have to like spell his name every single time someone asks his name and they go, wait, what was that? One more time? Every single time you say your name, you're gonna get that. I feel like parents don't think about that.
30 years of this crap. I gave up on trying to figure out the where are the people's heads, where are the parents' heads when they do some of this stuff. I mean, Truce is just a stupid name. But to not even think about, well, what are other kids going to think? What are people going to think when our boy is being called Truce in 8 years? But then, yes, there's those names that you literally, there's no way, even the substitute teacher can't sound out your name. And so you become a fixture and you get made fun of in front of everybody. And you have to spell it. No, they don't think. Or they think it's funny.
Right.
It's like
that's
like a gimmick.
Parents. Yeah, and this has become really popular on social media, but it was a thing long before. But Kyle has old home videos of this torturous stuff where parents think or adults think it's funny to like make a kid recoil at biting into a lemon or hot sauce or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They're not here for our entertainment like that. It's so scarring, but no, they don't think. And fortunately, Kyle turned out great. So
yeah, it's just dog food and hot sauce and stuff like that. But at least they offered me money. Like they made it my idea to want to do it. They didn't just give it to me. I had an option.
Good.
I chose the money.
So Iceland, fastest growing girl name. Truce, fastest growing boy name. This is in America. It's Social Security Administration America. And some other names that are picking up steam for women or girls, whatever, are Halo and Honey. Okay.
Honey.
I always felt like that was a nickname.
That's what you call your significant other, though.
Yeah.
Okay, nickname, significant other, stripper, honey. No, there's nothing good about naming your daughter honey.
At least put a boo-boo at the end. Like, make it a little different.
Oh my God. Then they did some comparisons. Thomas is not as popular as the name Maverick.
Yeah,
Maverick is now more popular than Thomas.
That's a good one. At least it's a manly name. I have a nephew named Maverick, and
really?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you? How old is he?
He's 10 now.
Okay, so he's old enough for a nickname. Do you call him Mav?
We call him Mav. Yeah, we call him Mav. Sometimes I call him, "Stop doing that, dumbass. Knock it off." That's
another
most dudes' name.
comparison. Sophie. Now, Sophie seems like a rock solid, good, popular name.
Yeah.
However, this year, so far, Genesis is more popular than Sophie in 2026.
Middle name Sega.
Yeah. What we were just talking to about the resurgence of church and the Bible. A lot of people, Genesis. I don't know.
That could be a unisex name too. You can name a boy Genesis as well.
Sure.
Or a spaceship.
They were, there's spaceship. There was the '80s pop band Genesis. All sorts of reasons.
Right.
Yeah, Phil Collins, all men. And Grace still popular, but Nova is more popular than Grace for women so far.
Nova.
In 2026. Nova. Speaking of names, in a new survey, 70% of grandparents think that it's fine for them to give their opinion on their grandchild's name. Okay?
Oh,
Or
yeah,
put it
that
another way,
happened to me. That happened to me when I hear the story.
70% of grandparents are wrong is what that should say. But so wait, you don't have children. How did this happen to you?
No. My mom had me young, right? She was 17 when she had me. And there was rumors of my first name being Gunner. And my middle name being Wolfgang. I didn't fly with grandma. My mom's side, she was not having it. She wanted me to have a biblical name. She wanted to be like Chris or David, or I don't think Chris is even in the Bible, but Chris was one of the options. But it was David or Matthew or something like that. And then they came up with a neutral one. They just went Kyle. So everybody just gave up on what they really wanted to name me and just went for a neutral name.
I think you could be a solid Cain or Abel.
I like Kyle. I'm happy I have Kyle. I don't want any of those other names.
Nobody got what they wanted in that deal, except you, as it turned out.
Yep.
Gunner, Wolfgang. No, we're going to go with David.
Or Matthew.
Whatever. David Abraham.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
Oh, I've seen some good families with biblical, like solid biblical names, like Isaiah or Jeremiah, and like these like really strong.
Yeah, my mom's brothers, all of them are all named after the Bible. Like, they got Uncle Jared, Uncle Aaron, and then Uncle Michael, all from the Bible.
Okay, and fine, and everybody's on the same page. But guess what? If you live in that family, and you and the mother or father of your child decide we don't want to carry on the tradition and name our kid after a biblical character, the grandparents don't have any say in it. God, I hate this crap. I'm a grown adult. Leave me alone. Guess what? Not only are we going to name the kid Nike, you're never going to meet him. It's like, really? I understand family dynamics and I'm different and all that. 7 out of 10 grandparents walking around going, yeah, we get to have a say. Right, you've already beaten your grandkid into having the kid. He or she didn't want it.
Well, I'm going to die without any grandchildren.
What is that? Why do grandparents still feel like they have like the say over almost all the family? When like you talk about family dynamics, man. My family's so split up. There's so many different dynamics to my family because of divorced parents. And I see it all the time. It's like, oh, well, your grandma needs this done. We have to do this for grandma. And it's like, do we?
And there's all sorts of answers, right? Sometimes it's just old school. I'm the matriarch, I'm the patriarch of the family, and I've earned this level of respect. I think that's incredibly arrogant and doesn't have a place, but that's one of the answers. Sometimes it's the grandparents don't have anything else to do other than meddle in your affairs because they've run out of things to do. Or they also, grandparents, right? People in their 60s-ish at this point, they come from a different time. And they're probably like the last. There's a little bit of my generation, Gen X, although it's waned a lot in Gen X of people that are clinging to their family trees and their family traditions. And I know it upsets the older people, but it's just how we've transitioned. No, Grandma, I'm not naming him after your late uncle because he was the last guy to have that name in the family. Whatever the silly, like, convoluted thing. It's not as simple usually as biblical names. Sometimes it's like, well, the first name has to be the third name of the 17th child on the dad's family. Like, no, we're going with Roy. That's it.
I think it depends a little bit of how much the children bring their parents into their natural, normal lives. Because I feel like sometimes people depend on their parents, even as adults, right? You're 30, and they're still buying you stuff. They're still paying for some of your bills. They're still doing that. And I feel like those type of people feel a lot more involved in their kids' life, where they're like, hey, I'm still the parent. I still feel like the parent. You're not independent enough, you know? And I feel like when you're more independent, then people are going to stay out of your business a little bit more.
Exactly. Anybody who's providing you any level of financial or lifestyle protection has say over you. Right. Your boss, any friends, your parents, your landlord, anybody that they have some sort of say over you. And they might just feel it in what Jeff's describing, or they might exercise it. I can absolutely see the 70% of grandparents who, first of all, they feel it for the reasons Jeff say, and then the minute you say, no, I'm naming him Roy, they go, well, then I guess you won't be getting that car paid for this month.
Guess who's out of the will? Oh, no. What'd you say you wanted
you
to
set
name?
that up. That's on you. Yeah. So 70% of grandparents think it's fine for them, the grandparents, to give their opinion on grandchildren's names, but 40% of parents, right, so you got grandparents, parents, and then the kid. The parents, right in the middle, 40% of them say, no, it's none of my parents or my in-laws' parents' is business to name our kids, and that's where the fighting starts. 15% of parents admit that one of their child's grandparents dislikes their grandchild's name. Okay, so basically round up. 1 out of 5 people that have kids today, millennials, Gen Xers, and Gen Z starting, right? 1 out of 5 people that have kids admit that one of the grandparents that's still alive and involved hates the name of their own child or their grandchild in the grandparent's name. And apparently has made it vocal enough to say to the parent, I don't know why you went with Josiah. That's a terrible name. You should have gone with my idea and named him Engelbert. No one would make fun of him.
Oh, my God.
30%. Okay, so 30% of grandparents said their main objection would be if a name was ugly. Well, they didn't define what that is.
Yeah, so it's all personal.
Right. Is that is it ugly in the way it's pronounced or in what it's describing?
Yeah, Gertrude, I think, is an ugly name.
It is. Gertrude, what a great example. That is an ugly name.
Yeah.
Just the name is ugly.
Yeah.
Who?
Mavis?
Yes.
I don't like that.
Yes, Mavis. No, it's and you can put it on the hottest girl, and you're like, you need a nickname. You're not a Mavis.
Yeah.
You're not a Gertrude. Okay,
Olga. Oh yeah, there's no Olga. Ooh. Yeah, Olga's an ugly girl name.
Yeah. Okay.
It's more popular in Russia and stuff.
Yeah, but usually they're like the babushka looking Russian. He's like they're just like, whoa, you've been aged.
I feel like you're thinking of someone specific right now.
No.
You have someone pictured in your head right now. You're like, ugh.
I don't know an Olga. I just, on TV and in movies, like we said, we get all our information from movies these days. That's where I get it from.
Yeah. It's not Olga, it's Natasha, and they're always evil. They're evil, and they're old, and they're ugly. They're Russian women that have aged poorly. Right. And then somewhere out of nowhere, the attractive Russian girl is named Diane. Yep. You're like, well, that doesn't
or Natalia.
Okay. 15% of parents, okay, we already did that one. That's where they hate their kid's name. 30% of grandparents say their main objection is if it's ugly, and 17% say they don't want the kid's name to be, quote, too weird. Well, yes, sometimes we go too far. We name our kids Robitussin. Yeah. But sometimes what's weird to a grandparent who's 65 is just normal to everybody under 40. It's like, look, Grandma, yes, we named our son Riz because that's a thing, and you just don't understand it. And no one will either once he's 10, and nobody's saying that anymore, but we're not thinking about that.
Yep. Going to the Waldorf school, there's a lot of hippies that send their kids there. We had some strange names. I had a kid in my sister's class. His name was Zarin. I've never met another Zarin in my life, but that was his name. And then there was another family. There was Yukira was her name. River Rushing. Yukira. Yukira. Okay. And then her sister was Star Lily Rushing, and her brother was Blue River Rushing. And the mom was a little disturbing. She's way out there on the hippie side.
Were they Native American?
No.
No, with the,
No, she was dreadlock white girl who did too many drugs and had children and probably shouldn't have.
Oof. Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
And Zarin, I expect that to be a character in Star Trek.
Right?
Yeah,
that's a weird name.
Other reasons grandparents don't want their grandkids to be given certain names. Oh, this is rich. They don't want their grandkid to have a name that's too old-fashioned. You're old.
Yeah, Phyllis.
What? Perfect. They get annoyed if it's a family name related to the other grandparents.
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Good.
Oh, there's some shade there. Show whose side's a favorite.
I love the idea that the matriarchs and the patriarchs of the families, the ones that are supposed to be keeping the peace, and we've seen everything. They're the ones. You're what? You're giving the child her mother's middle name?
It'll make their skin boil. Or blood. Skin doesn't boil.
Grandparents also don't. You can have boiling blood or boiling skin or boiling anything. Other reason grandparents don't like their grandkids' names, they don't like it if it reminds them of someone they don't like. Oh, okay. So you get pregnant, you got to go to your grandparents with a list. Okay, did you ever know an Alex that, no Alexes, I didn't like Jeopardy. Okay. And you just keep going down the list endlessly until they finally don't have one. Oh, sure. Horgnatio, that's fine. That doesn't bother me.
You're just screwing your kids out of good Christmas presents from those grandparents now, giving them a name they don't like.
Should we really be worrying about things like that? Is that really the kind of grandparent you want in your kid's life?
Yeah.
I think the finding someone that you don't like is a very common one. Like if you hear a name and you just have a bad instance with someone with that name,
Tyler.
I think it's very common. Yeah.
Well, okay.
That people just don't like the name.
Especially grandparents. Look, we're all between mid-30s, mid-50s, the three of us. All of us have names already. By the time you're in your 70s, you have multiple names.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, let it go or don't. But you don't get to name your grandkid that name.
It reminds me of that episode of Seinfeld where there's a serial killer and Elaine tries to switch his name.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Joel Rifkin.
And then you just mentioned it. They're like, he's like, what about Alex? And she's like, I met this guy, and every time he took a drink, he'd go at the end of it, and that's why she hated him. That's why she didn't like the name. It's because he just went.
Yeah, and it was like usual with Seinfeld. It was pulled out of. There was a real life serial killer in the New York area named Joel Rifkin, and Elaine's dating a guy named Joel Rifkin. Yeah. And she's like, well, why don't we go over different names? Yeah. And and you're absolutely right. Every name that they veto is it's the stupidest reason ever.
Right.
Damn it.
And he's like, okay, scratch that off.
And then top names, just names in general, hated by grandparents in this year's survey. Jesus. Aurora. Don't name my granddaughter Aurora. That's on the list. Charlotte. Bad name. Elijah. No, don't want that.
Elijah. That's fun to say.
It is
I
a little British. Shows this other one. Finn. They don't like that. No.
Yeah.
I mean, grandparents are old enough to remember fighting the Revolutionary War. They don't want anybody British kids. Grandparents hate the name Jack. Okay.
They know a lot of Jacks. Yeah, Jack seems like a grandpa name. Grandpa Jack.
Yeah. Okay. And maybe that's on that list of there's no way you can go through life and not meet a Jack that you hate.
Yeah.
And then they're just clinging to it.
Like
yeah, and if the kid has a problem climbing on things, you have to constantly yell, "Jack off!"
Right. They don't want to be put in that position.
No.
Also on the list of names most hated by grandparents, Lindsay. Oh, I like that name. Noah. That bastard and his animals and the ark and all that. No, you're not naming my kid Noah. Sally. All right.
Yeah, that's like a dog name.
And grandparents don't want their kids named their grandkids rather named Tabitha. Yeah.
Yeah, ooh, that's an ugly name too. I don't like that. Tabitha.
Yeah,
it reminds me of a fat cat.
And Kyle has correlations with all these names.
Imagine one of those big, fat, squishy faced cats. You know what I'm talking about? I have a fat cat, and I love my fat cat. It's Jad. But the ones that are ugly with the smushed face, yeah, that one. Ugh. Imagine that being named Tabitha.
That's a Tabitha. Okay.
America's RAD Cast, only on the radnetwork.com.
Longtime advertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years, and her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital, as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say,
Stop that. Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Berry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. Sue Berry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer, Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040, Barrett Financial Group, LLC, NMLS number 181106, Nevada 5091, Equal Housing Opportunity.
The first time Corey walked into my home, I came around the corner, extended my right hand to shake it, and said to him, "Wow, you're big." And that would be Corey from QuickDumpsters.com. Quick is spelled wrong intentionally. Quick, Q-U-I-K Dumpsters.com. That's QuickDumpsters.com. Corey's yet another maggot launching his own locally owned and operated business, and boy, did I need him, and really we all do. Things pile up, you get frustrated, you keep saying, we need to make a dump run. Pretty soon it's more than a dump run, and now you need to rent a truck or have one of those ugly upside-down box cars parked in front of your house that you fill up yourself. Or you do like I did, you call Corey at QuickDumpsters.com. In my case, my house had fallen into complete disarray as my late wife Christina had lost her 2-year battle with congestive heart failure, and amongst the many things left were gathering her things and finding what to donate, what had to just go in that pile of stuff where we were both going, why did we ever buy this? And it all could have been so overwhelming had Corey not just walked in, taken charge, and removed dozens of boxes of total junk, unusable dog kennels, desks that were falling apart, a worthless old smoker that couldn't be fixed, bag after bag of crap, and I can't remember what else. He was quick, spelled wrong, Q-U-I-K, quiet and clean. Well, he wasn't clean. I mean, he was. But I'm not commenting on his hygiene. I meant that his work was clean. He swept everything when he was done, and the house looked like he'd never even been there. Corey's the real deal, and I couldn't be more proud and happy to call him a brand new advertiser. His story's incredible, his dedication unmatched, and his motivation to succeed larger than he is, and that's saying something. Quotes are free. You don't even have to have them over to your house. Just send him some pics or videos, and you'll get your price, schedule your day and time, and watch someone else get that junk out of your house. Go to QuickDumpsters.com. Quick, Q-U-I-K, Dumpsters.com. Quick, Q-U-I-K, Dumpsters.com.
Yeah, we know the show isn't the same. You know what is the same? Your ability to not listen. Take a hike, Junior. This is America's RAD Cast from the radnetwork.com.
So we're talking about names, baby names for the first third of the year, and then also a similar adjacent study, grandparents and names they don't want their grandkids to have. And they had some categories. Well, I don't want to be ugly, I don't want to be old-fashioned, but then they just had a list of names that grandparents don't like, Aurora and Finn and Sally. And then we got to Tabitha, and Kyle said, well, that sounds like a fat cat. And of course, Kyle has Chad, the fat cat.
Yes.
And so we're talking about that. And I'm getting ready, you know, this is the time of the day where I start to look forward to the Rob and Steve Sports Show, which we do every day at 11 a.m., but also what might we have on tomorrow's show? And so I see some other things come across, and this is one I'm not going to bother with this tomorrow. But you got a cat, so you do the cat litter thing, right?
Oh yeah, I clean the cat box almost every morning that I remember. I'm pretty good about it.
Okay. Have you gotten on the latest trend of the pet brand Michu? Michu.
No, I haven't even heard of it.
Has nothing to do with Pokemon. In less than 2 years, the Australian-founded pet brand Michu has generated more than $10 million in revenue, and it's sold over 2 million bags of cat litter, and it's expanded distribution to the major U.S. retailers like Walmart, Petco, and Chewy. And it's just blowing the doors off because it's so popular because it's cat litter made with tofu.
Oh, lovely. No, I have not heard of it. That'd make it a little more stinky, I feel like.
Yes, but it's modern and it's eco-driven.
I don't care. I use the one with chemicals and smells in it. My litter smells like it's like a cleaner almost.
That's what I remember when I had cats. Yes, it like if you breathe it in enough, it actually burns your lungs. It burns your nose.
Yep.
Yes, like when you dump in a new bag. Absolutely. Traditional litters, particularly clay-based varieties, fall short of being sustainable and eco-driven.
Yeah.
Michu saw an opportunity to shift the category toward plant-based, low-dust, lightweight formulas. So this is how far we've gone. We're actually buying cat litter because it's plant-based.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Because it has to be good.
No, I'm going to use the OG sand stuff. I bet you my cat wouldn't even like this stuff. He'd probably be like, what the hell is this? I'm not pooping in this. He'd go probably do it on the carpet instead. And then we got a whole new problem.
Couple other updates. It's April 30th of 2026. This isn't a rerun from a couple months ago when President Trump is yet again calling for Jimmy Kimmel to be fired. Now, if Trump wanted Kimmel fired because Kimmel's not funny, I would be all on board with it. If he was just saying, you don't know how to be funny. I don't know what Kimmel's deal is. I try. And I've been watching him lately because he's back in the news and stuff. I don't get it. First of all, he comes out and he talks for like 15 seconds while the audience is applauding so loud you can't hear him at home. And he's actually like going into his material. It's like, dude, you got to wait for the applause to die down. Nobody can hear you. Well, I don't, and he doesn't Kimmel's been on forever. He's been doing this. His timing is terrible. He'll go from a punchline right to another joke, maybe because he's used to no one laughing. I don't know. I have issues with Jimmy Kimmel myself, but not the Trump issues. So I don't remember what he did a few months ago. The latest thing, Kimmel on Thursday, because none of these guys work Fridays. So his Thursday show last week, Kimmel does this all the time. He did a version of what was going to be the White House Correspondents' Dinner, like a little act, a skit, if you will.
Okay.
And somewhere in there, I didn't see it. I've just read about it. He says to Melania, this is on Thursday before the White House Correspondents' Dinner on Saturday. He says to Melania that you're looking like an expectant widow. Now, Trump's almost 80. He's got all these, these blotches and blemishes that people are highlighting on his hands and his giant cankles or whatever. Look, it's been months at that point, Thursday, since anything had been threatened against Trump or anything. Oh, but he makes this joke on Thursday, if you can call it a joke. And then Saturday, there's this thing at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Dude gets past the first checkpoint and fires off some shots. He's arrested, never gets near Trump, but Trump is all over this about how Jimmy Kimmel needs to be fired for making the joke about Melania being an expected widow on Thursday for something that happened on Saturday. Not because he knew it, not because he was in on it, just because it's so disrespectful and because Trump hates his politics. And Kimmel's brutal. He's brutal on Trump. But I hate this. I hate this on both sides, using censorship. And out of nowhere, Disney's broadcast license is up for review. And the FCC swears it was already going to be. Literally the day after Trump says this, it comes up for review. Huh. What a coincidence.
Yeah. No,
so he's tripled down. I'm sorry, what was that, Jeff?
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, I thought that this was an interesting story because, I don't watch Jimmy,
Kimmel?
Yeah, I was going to say Fallon.
Kimmel's
but
the
Jimmy
bad
Kimmel.
one.
I don't watch him, but the joke was kind of in poor taste, I think. And then obviously, he's Trump's going to jump all over it like he does everything, right? So I don't like this either. I'm kind of on the same page as you.
The thing is, look, there's so much comedy that's in poor taste for whatever reason. Referring to any president's living wife and the president's alive as an expected widow is kind of poor taste.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about the president of the United States is going to die for whatever reason.
Yeah, it almost seems like you're on that side too.
Sure, and he is though. But he is. This is the thing that I can respect about Kimmel. He doesn't even try to hide it. He is pro-liberal, anti-Trump, massively progressive. I can live with that because I know what I'm getting. Comedy's in poor taste. I might laugh my ass off when Ricky Gervais and Dave Chappelle do a lot of their trans stuff. Guess what? And I'm pro LGBTQ. A lot of it's tasteless though. So this whole firing for tastelessness, ridiculous.
Yeah.
This morning Trump tripled down and made a post. That's what he does late at night, early in the morning, never sleeps. And he said his post asked when the Disney-owned network ABC will, quote, be firing the seriously unfunny comic Jimmy Kimmel. People are angry. It better be soon, end quote. Nobody's really angry. Unlike the last time when Trump did this, and Kimmel, remember, he actually got suspended for a couple days until some people came along and said, this isn't the way to do this. That was a big part of that suspension, was that a lot of the local channels and affiliates were pressuring ABC. They were having sponsors pull their advertising. None of that's happening. None of that's happening in this one. And I wish I could remember what he did a few months ago, because it was much more egregious than this. This is just a bad taste joke.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't think that anyone should get knocked off the air for that kind of stuff, especially, the fact that Kimmel, like you said, he's picked a side. Like half of his show is anti-Trump. And some of it I do think is funny. He has a whole team of writers. He does all these funny images, and I don't know if you remember after he lost the election, Kimmel was putting him up like he was naked. Did you ever see that? Where Trump was like, he's like, every time we're gonna put Trump on we're gonna use AI, we're gonna make him naked, and it was funny. I thought it was hilarious, but obviously that didn't last very long.
No, and my problem with Kimmel is that he's funny less often than he's not. He's just, a lot of times it's just Trump is an idiot. This was Colbert's thing for a long time. Colbert fell into this. The punchline is Trump's an idiot. He got out of it, and ironically, he's getting canceled now. He's got, 3 weeks left when he comes back from vacation on Monday. But he started to get funny again, if you know what you're getting. Okay, I don't have a team, and I just appreciate you letting me know you're a right or left-wing wacko, and now I can decide if you're funny. John Oliver, funny. Jon Stewart and Bill Maher aren't so much wackos anymore. They're basically what used to be the Democrat Party. Funny. Greg Gutfeld on Fox News, right-wing wacko. Not funny. Not even close.
He's not funny.
Just not.
I know, that's the tough part. And the programming and the jokes aren't funny. I mean, I kind of wish that it was just entertaining, at least. Because, at least you have some options, but it's not.
No, it's terrible. And every guest that Gutfeld has on, every guest is always circling back to why Trump's the greatest, and anybody who's remotely associated with a Democrat is the worst thing on earth. It's like, this isn't funny.
Yeah.
I don't mind the opinions. Make it entertaining.
Because it's supposed to be a comedy show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's their comedy show or their version of their late night show or something like that. I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then do you remember as it relates to Trump, one other thing? Remember Taco? Remember what Taco stands for? Anybody?
Yeah, Trump afraid of doing something. Trump always chickening out. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Taco.
I've heard of that.
Trump always chickens out. Started with the tariffs, where he was going to tariff everybody, and then he kept saying, I'm moving the deadline, and then other things come along, and so somebody, who is this guy? A columnist named Javier Blas, a year ago, came up with Taco. I think he's the one. I don't know. Now there's a new one. Nacho. Same idea. But instead of Taco, which is Trump always chickens out, this is a specific one. Nacho is specific to the war that's not a war in Iran with the hoary moose whose straight is or isn't open at any given time. Okay?
Okay.
Nacho, because we need these things. What is that? Is that an anagram? Where the letters stand?
It's an acronym, right?
Acronym? There you go.
Yeah.
Nacho is not a chance Hormuz opens.
Clever.
Yeah. Woo.
Bravo. Way to go. Not
That was so needed. Although now I am
Right.
thinking about nachos. Man, that delicious nacho cheese with some jalapeno sounds pretty good right now.
Definitely.
Fortunately, the show's over and we can all go DoorDash. Bye-bye.
Okay, that does it. Screw you guys, and I'm going home. Talking poo is where I draw the line. Go on and go home, you fat chicken.
Bye, diddly eye. So long.
God bless you.
See ya.
Goodbye. Bye-bye, Homer.
Take care.
Adios. So long.
Very well.
Dar. Bon voyage. Toodle-oo. So long.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ta. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Sayonara, dude.
So long. Bye. Bye-bye now. Bye.
See ya. Bye. Bye-bye. So long, Stink Town.
Well, goodbye. And don't think it hasn't been a little slice of heaven, because it hasn't.
God bless the United States.
America's